Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am your Game Master Cole Wolfrun, and today we have a very special TTRPG for you guys. Dragon Age Call of the Qun. You guys will find out what that means as the campaign progresses. So, this kind of came to be because I was like, you know what? I want to do something, because there's a lot of gaps to be filled in between Inquisition and Veilguard. This campaign will take place 2 years after Trespasser. So, about 7-8 years before Veilguard. So, before we go into the campaign premise, what's been happening, we're going to go around the table, and everyone's going to introduce themselves, give their pronouns, and what socials they can find you. First, Cass.
Hi, I'm Cass, or Caspian. You can find me at Artemis Outrider on all platforms, and I use he/they pronouns.
Perfect. Maple.
Hi, I'm Maple. I use she/her pronouns, and you can find me on Instagram at Maple Sugar Cosplay and on TikTok as Piece of Pancake.
So many maple syrup jokes because you're Canadian.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked the name.
All right, Dia.
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as diabel.cos on all social media. I am most active on TikTok and Instagram, so you can find me there, and I use she/her pronouns.
Perfect. Parker.
Hi, I am Parker Bliss on all forms of social media. I am a cosplayer, vocalist, and TTRPG enthusiast. Sometimes I get to play with lots of wonderful people, and my pronouns are she/her.
All right, and Gabby.
Hello, my name is Gabby. I use he/they pronouns, and you can find me at BlabbyGabby. That's BLABBEYGABBEY on pretty much any social media you can find me on. Blue Sky, Twitch whenever I do go back to streaming, and TikTok for however long that's going to last for me.
Us sad Americans who might be losing our TikTok.
13 days. Bye, follower count.
I'ma fight it.
This episode's probably going to be posted long after the ban because I'm going to wait until we have at least a few episodes recorded to upload.
Just animate RIP in front of it.
I can
You
do
just
that.
toss the Americans out. It's fine.
Some copyright-free sad music, yeah.
No, just put Liliana's song over the RIP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, the soulless theme to the Lost Elf theme,
Oh!
The Lost Ellen.
which might get some play in this campaign. What? So
What?
So, he's not the BBG, I promise. Solus is not the main antagonist, because otherwise this whole party would be destined to die. But...
Just Rogue One us.
So, maybe. I'm Cole Wolfrun. You guys are on my YouTube channel. You know where to find me. This is where I mostly post nowadays. Find me on Instagram, same thing. And just like Gabby, you guys are on the channel, so you already know, but I always get people like, I can't find your channel. It's, well, Wolfrun is spelled W-U-L-F-R-N. I'm not W-O. Maple. There's been a few times where you've said Wolfrun with an O over the last few years. It's okay. It's okay. I call people. I call people out in the funniest ways, and then, hey, Cass. The second you say "smash" to an eldritch abomination, Cass is my friend.
I don't have a flared base.
What if he asks nice, though?
You can't flirt with Ghilan'nain. I'm sorry. She's
That's
not even
fine.
here.
I'll just flirt with everyone else.
Just saying.
Are you gonna flirt with the first warden? Are you gonna flirt with the first warden?
Of course I am. Obviously.
All right. So
Take them off of the table.
now, before we get started, just a little summary of what is going on in the campaign right now. So, it has been 2 years since the events of the Trespasser and the Conclave to decide the fate of the Inquisition. The Inquisitor Adar decided to give the Inquisition to Divine Victoria, Cassandra Pentagast. Now, after the Dragon's Breath plan has failed, the Ben Hasrath were publicly berated and punished by the Ereshkigal. For his time in Ferelden made him a lot more sympathetic to other peoples outside of Parvalin. But Since that time, there has been an uptick in ogre sightings in the Northern Realms, particularly the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva, Ravane, but mostly the Anderfels. Also, Kunari wearing the Darsams of the Antam army have been seen near deep roads entrances. So, an unlikely alliance of the Tevinter Imperium, the Inquisition, some of the Dalish clans, and the Grey Wardens are banding together to figure out what the fuck's going on in the deep roads. And that's where we're all going to begin, as our group of party members all meeting at Weisshaupt Fortress, being put to meet with the First Warden about these situations. First, as you guys are as a couple of you are making the approach to Weisshaupt, Bambi and Ulrich, you guys are been waiting patiently for Varric to get his break in, as he's sitting with his boots off and feet up on a rock, like just leaning back in a little chair he brought with him that he makes Ulrich carry. He's just you guys have been patient, but Weisshaupt's right there. We got time.
Yeah, all the time in all of Thedas, because, it's not like ogres are attacking, everything and everywhere all at once.
Oh, listen, Stony, when you've dealt with Darkspawn just falling out or not Darkspawn, we've dealt with Darkspawn in the deep roads and demons just falling out of the sky for years, you tend to learn to smell the roses and sit back a little.
Really? You don't smell the roses.
Thank you, little fawn. And he just starts writing in his book a little bit. All right. Puts his boots on, kicks up his crossbow, tosses the chair to Stony, as he calls him. Ulrich, probably not too fond of the nickname Varric has given him.
You are so lucky I don't break this.
Well, if you break it, the Inquisitor will be real sad because he hand-willed it for me.
I would like to insight check Varric.
Go ahead, insight check. Oh, you want to go against Varric's deception?
Yeah, I do it. Why the fuck not? Hell, look. Oh, fuck yeah. That is a 25.
Cool. Varric's telling the truth, at least as far as you know, because he got a 34.
Motherfucker, of course he did.
Varric, for D&D purposes, is a bard rogue multiclass.
Shit.
And he is an eloquence bard.
That makes sense.
He is. Of course he fucking is.
Oh, also for the audience at home, we may be taking some liberties with D&D classes. We are using 5e, so things may get a little funny here and there, but I was a little restrictive on what classes people can play. Unless they told me it made sense for their backstory, like Parker, who gets to be a druid. So, as you guys are walking, Weisshaupt is a good, it's literally only 500 feet away, and Varric made you guys stop before getting in to sit and wait for 2 hours.
I think as we're walking, Bambi is he's kind of like when you first take a dog out on a walk, running back and forth, just trying to burn off some energy before he gets there.
Bam, calm down, Fawn. It's gonna be fine. The First Warden's he can't be as much of an asshole as we've heard.
I mean, I disagree, but sure, whatever you say. Well, yeah, you know what? Let's go. Let's have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. We can have a picnic. We can have some snacks. We could kill someone.
It's always kill someone. Please don't kill any Grey Wardens.
I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm just a guy.
Gabby is laughing, but Ulrich has just a very unamused look on his face. He's had to deal with these two this entire trip. His face shows it.
Varric puts his arm around Ulrich. He goes, so I'm sure Stoney's gonna miss these walks and talks, little fawn. Ruffles Ulrich's hair, and then just goes, all right, come on. First,
you know how long it takes to get this into a nice bun? Ah!
Yeah, Varric points to his hair, also in an immaculate bun.
I hate you sometimes.
Most people do. And he starts, speaking of people who hate me, you guys walk up the gate, the little rampart that leads to the gate of Weisshaupt Fortress, to be seen 3 Grey Wardens standing there waiting for you. One looking very, very angry that he's been standing there for 2 hours, being able to see Varric. And you two kind of put together, this is why. You see a large Kunari standing on the left. He's got long blonde hair, 2 horns that curve way back, short beard on his face with a big hammer on his back, wearing heavy plate armor. Next to him is a human Grey Warden with a large sword on his back with short black hair, clean cut, the most massive square jaw you've ever seen, with a very angry look on his face directed at Varric. And standing next to this gentleman is a little tiny Dalish elf with blonde. Actually, you know what? Maple, if you could describe your character. You're muted.
I pressed all the wrong buttons. I'm so sorry. So actually approaching this short person in front of you, you're not really sure exactly if they are a human child, a really short elf, or a really gangly looking dwarf. And the only thing that kind of gives it away, number one, is she does have Vaseline on her face, and you also see 2 almost too long ears sticking out from under a mop of dishwater blonde hair, which has been sort of hastily braided back into a half-up thing. She's quite small in comparison to the giant Kunari on one side and her lieutenant commander on the left, being about maybe 5 foot when she's wearing boots. And she just has the biggest, happiest grin on her face, completely ignoring the 2 beside her.
So the big Kunari just looks annoyed, and the human in the middle, he just looks and he goes, Varric, is there a reason you made me wait for you for 2 hours? And Varric, Junior, it's been a long time. Stony, Little Fawn, meet Carver, Warden Commander of the Anderfells, Carver Hawk. It's good to see you again, Junior. And Carver just looks, pleasure to meet you too. And he literally walks up and just punches Varric in the side of the head and just goes, my brother's not here or my sister's not here to stop me from doing that anymore, you little shit. Oh, yep, earned that. Anyway, this is actually Ulrich and Bambi. They're here to join our little expedition. Carver looks at the 2 of you. Just goes, so the Inquisition sends a talkative asshole. One of you who looks like he can fight points at Ulrich and goes, and then the... Why are you so jumpy?
I'm not jumpy. I'm just a guy. Hi. You're very... Hi, you're hot.
Carver just...
Yeah, but just wait for him to talk. It also killed me in the game.
Hey, he gets character development. He just... Varric couldn't bring... What was his name? Iron Bull or something? Or anyone, substantial? Well, all of the substantial people were really, really fucking busy. Except me. And the Inquisitor wanted to come, but he's missing a hand. And I didn't want to make him... He's been really upset that it's hard for him to swing his axe. Anyways, let's go meet your first warden. And who are these 2 lovely people? Right, this is Warden Lieutenant Wolfram Thorn. He's gonna be helping you guys out. He's our ogre killer. And this is Alara. That's all he says about Alara.
Hi.
Hi there. My name's Ellie. And actually, my name's Alara, but you can call me Ellie because I know sometimes Jams and dwarves up, they have some trouble with them elven names. So just call me Ellie, darling.
Sure.
Hi, you're shorter than me. Oh, this is great. This is gonna be great.
Not surprisingly, people taller than me.
Thorn, hearing that, walks up, puts his arm on Bambi's head, and he goes, "Oh, well, everyone's short when you're as large as I am." And then he puts his other arm on Carver's head, and Carver just immediately shoves it off. He's like, "I am your You know I am your boss." Cute. And he goes, "Right, let's go inside." Carver, looking very angry, just goes, "Well, you're right in time, Varric. We have 2 emissaries from the Dalish, two old friends. One old friend, actually. And you guys are led into Weisshaupt Fortress, where this massive fortress that puts even Skyhold to shame. Like, there's carvings of griffins and Grey Warden, like, soldiers all over the place. Huge statues of soldiers with holding axes in hand. And in the center of Weisshaupt, because this is something I'm going to just go ahead and say is a thing, there's a statue of each warden who felled an archdemon, except there's a statue of multiple wardens for the first blight, because no one really knows. You see a statue of Ghilan'nain for the 4th blight with Crooky Tail, his griffin. You see a statue of Einar Kusland and Alistair, who both aided in taking down the archdemon. And then, as you guys are progressing, you see a lot of wardens just kind of looking at your group, and a lot of them, like, giving shifty eyes. You see a couple people walk up to Varric asking for autographs on his book, his Hard and Hightown books. Ugh. You see a little cute elf Grey Warden who just hands Varric a copy of Swords and Shields, his Romantasy series, and he just goes, "The Divine would like you," and just signs it and hands it right back. And you guys are walking through the fortress, and you see a lot of people giving you kind of side-eye. Obviously, as things went with the Wardens and the Inquisition, even though the Inquisition did allow the Wardens to stay in Orlais, there's still a little animosity between the majority of the Grey Wardens and the Inquisition for attacking Adamant Fortress. So, as you guys progress, some of them are just giving you side-eye, and Carver leads you up to a group. You see 2 Dalish elves. One, a very thin female Dalish elf with black hair tied in multiple braids and Valacelian on her face, big green eyes, and another Dalish elf, and this is where Parker can introduce herself.
You see a Dalish elf with these, like, big brown curls, and, like, Valacelian on her face, but, like, her face is also covered in freckles. So she's just completely sun-kissed. She's very pale and just kind of standing like she's trying to make herself small, and holding her staff and just watching.
As you guys approach the other Dalish elf, she gets very excited, runs up, and gives Varric a big hug, and she goes, "Varric, hi, how are you? I read your most recent books. They're very good." And Daisy, calm down. And then she looks over, "Oh, hi, dear." And she gives Carver a kiss, and Carver's like, "Meryl, First Wardens." And you see a man just rubbing his brow. It is a tall human with a big mustache, bald head. Before he gets just there, Meryl just turns around and she goes, "Oh, hello, I'm Meryl. I'm the Warden Commander's wife, and also, you former, first to a Dalish clan. Hi, Anethra." And she, like, bows her head to, all of you. She's just, like, looking around very happily and excited. And then she goes, oh, and she pulls, the other Dalish elf, and she goes, "Introduce yourself."
Andarin Atashan. Hello. My name is Marilyn.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Bambi. How are you? How are you doing? What's up?
You talk a lot.
Well, yeah, I never shut
Yep.
up. Hi.
He really doesn't.
Oh. That's okay.
Meryl looks over and says, "Oh, sometimes I don't know when to stop talking either. It's a little bit... Sometimes Carver has to put his hand on my shoulder to tell me I'm talking more than people want me." At that point, Carver puts his hand on her shoulder, and she just goes, "Oh, right." And she just smiles.
Right.
At that moment, you guys see the first warden and the person standing next to him, and this is where you see a well-dressed mage with a human person dressed apparently as a servant, and this is where we can introduce Amaris.
Beside the first warden, you see a man who stands above average height. He carries himself with a poise that suggests he's very used to commanding a room and taking up space within it. He has long black hair sort of shaped at the sides, but it falls into this thick braid that falls well past his waist, a golden chain sort of wrapped around his strands. He's dressed in immaculate, embossed black and green leather, cut in Vinter style, and he has what looks to be a tattoo of a serpent across one side of his face. His eyes are pale, cunning green, lined in black coal with bold eyeliner as well, and he regards you curiously, one at a time. Amaris Varro. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Is this us then?
The first warden said, not entirely, but this is the majority. Now, the first warden stands up and motions to a bunch of chairs for everyone to sit at around the war table. Hello everyone, I am First Warden of Weisshaupt Fortress, commander of all the Grey Wardens across the entirety of Thedas. You all have been cold here, and some came waltzing in, looks at the two Dalish elves sitting in the corner. Dia, I think I'm getting echo from your screen. Like my voice, I can hear it on your end.
Probably when you have your mic on.
It's when you have your mic on, I can hear myself. Tricky. But, anyway, we'll continue for now. Now, this is an unlikely alliance, and I want to make one thing very clear to everyone involved. Whether you be Tventa Magister, Inquisition Agent, Dalish Keeper, the Wardens have authority in the Deep Roads. If you will listen to the Warden you are working with, because if you do not, you will likely die painfully. Am I understood?
Yeah.
Right.
Ambi is kind of looking off into the middle distance, just kind of.
Clarifying question. I thought dwarves were kind of, like, inherently, you know.
The dwarves of Orzammar don't know the Deep Roads near as well as the Wardens. The Legion of the Dead do, but you are likely to encounter them, but Wardens spend a lot of time down in the Deep Roads, so unless you encounter the Legion of the Dead, no one knows the roads better than a Warden. But one thing the Wardens know far better than any dwarf of Orzammar is Darkspawn. And since we are going down to fight Darkspawn, the Warden put in charge of your unit will be doing their best to keep you alive. Now, it is up to him how he leads your company, or her, how they lead your company, but based on who I've gathered, they will probably give you plenty of leeway to do as you please, and despite my preference, with that, there are two entrances overflowing with Darkspawn and Kunari as we speak. Warden Commander Hawk will be leading one group, and Warden Lieutenant Thorn will be leading the other. Tethras, you are going with Warden Commander Hawk, as are you, Merrill. I believe that was your name. Merrill just nods excitedly, as well as several other wardens, including Antoine and Efka. And Thorn just kind of goes, when he hears that, he's like, It's like, but, and you hear him mutter under his breath, but they're my favorites. Not, and then he puts his head, he's like, not
That's
you,
just
not you,
rude.
not you. Listen,
Right here.
they're my favorite couple. Yes. The rest of you, you two Inquisition agents, you, and you, Magister what's Amaris' last name? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Varro.
Magister Varro, you will be going with Warden Lieutenant Thorn. With that, all we know is that Kunari have been disappearing down there. Talvashoth have been reported being kidnapped. Kunari who live as villagers in random areas have been disappearing. We want to know why. And the Tevinter Imperium is worried that the Kunari are growing in number for their war against Tevinter. There have also been sightings of mages wearing this amulet. Tosses it down, and the two Inquisition agents among you immediately see an amulet of the Venatori.
Son of a bitch.
Which you would also recognize, Amaris. So, you leave on the morrow into the deep roads. Take this time to get equipped, get accustomed to each other, and pray to whatever gods you pray to that you come back alive. Thorn, and he just walks away with Varric, Carver, and Meryl, leaving all of you with this big Kunari man who's just like, wait, so he's... Right, now that the arsehole's not here, I'm only in charge as far as ways of keeping you guys from, ingesting darkspawn blood and getting blighted and shit like that. This is more of a democracy about how we do things once we're down there. But if I say, hey, don't go that way, there's darkspawn, and you walk that way, I'm gonna yell at you. So, simple. I want to work as a team for all of the available peoples. Yeah, nice to meet you all. He's like, oh, by the way, Ellie here, I'll probably be yelling at her not to run into darkspawn caves. She likes to hit them. That's
just no fun. Why are you making it not fun no more?
You can sense how many there are, and you still run in there.
Yeah. That's kind of the point, isn't it?
Oh, I like her.
What?
I'd like not to have to chase after someone who is more trained to fight darkspawn than me. Thank you very much.
Not gonna be doing no chasing. Can you keep up? You got little legs.
I may have little legs, but you'd be surprised at how quick I can catch up.
It's true.
Then we're gonna be fine.
Right.
It sounds a lot scarier than it actually is. It's not too bad. Once you see one darkspawn, you've seen them all. You'll get used to it.
Thor just has a look on his face like, and he's like going, that's not what it's like. He's just like, that's not what it's like.
I think Ulrich just gives a small nod towards Thorn of I understand your plight.
Right, and at this point, the little butler just goes, Magister, Amaris, do I have to go into the darkspawn hole with you?
The darkspawn hole?
Come now, darling. Venatori, looming threat of death, catacombs. It's just like home.
But darkspawn are slimy and disgusting, my lord.
And so are Magisters after one of Magister Fabiana's dinner parties. Again, it's just like home.
You're not wrong, my lady. Also, Magister Pavis sent you a message once again inviting you to dinner. How should I respond? With you going into a darkspawn hole?
Going into a darkspawn hole. We'll postpone.
Right.
I'll meet him at the cobblestone another time.
Oh, making Magister Parvis go into Dogtown, his favorite place. This little...
He's never told you he favors beer. The shitty sword, he pretends not to. But you didn't hear that from me.
Must have been his time in the Inquisition with all the southern barbarians. No offense! He says to everyone. And then he...
Oh.
He spent a lot of time in Ferelden in particular. Oh.
I am well aware of how much time he spent in the Inquisition.
Oh, you're all from Ferelden, aren't you?
Yeah, we're from Ferelden.
Everywhere, but yes.
He's going to... This is also just a very tiny, meek human man with long blonde hair slicked back. He's a very pretty man wearing, like, the same symbols that Amaris is wearing on his clothing, and he just goes, right, well, Magister, I will remain here and send your message to Magister Parvis, and when you return, I will be very joyous to see it, and I will send a message to your father, letting him know where you went. He walks
I'll bring
away.
you back a souvenir, though.
I don't know if I want... Oh, right. Sorry, my lord. Walks away. Also, his name is Bimmy.
Say that again?
His name is Bimmy.
What's it short for? Or is it just Bimmel?
It's form for Bimaranthus, but he hates his full name.
Beautiful.
Understandable. Bimmy.
Thorn is kind of looking over his whole...
Bimmy.
His
He
whole...
doesn't get out much.
Right. Well, I grew up in the Enderfels. It's not much worse than Ferelden. He points at the one Dalish amongst you. He goes, oh, where are you from? Dalish come from everywhere, so... Are you from everywhere? Yeah.
Me?
Y-
I'm... my... Could we just say everywhere? My clan settled in the Exalted Plains for quite a time during the whole sky tear open moment. So.
That shit was weird.
Right.
Tell me about it.
It was weird. So.
Alright, well, I guess follow me, and he leads you guys past the armory, past the requisition room, into the mess hall, walks up to the tavern keep, and brings back a bunch of mead for everybody, just puts it on the table, says, can't get to know each other without a few drinks, so... Sorry, Magister, we don't have anything fancy here, but if you can drink beer, you can drink mead.
I think this is an appropriate cup for the size that it is for Ulrich.
Can you have a more appropriate cup, please? Hold. This is perfect.
Very Kunari mug, let's be real, dragon.
Nice. I also realized I never described Ulrich, so...
Oh, we're gonna get to
Chugging
it. We're gonna get it. We got descriptions for everybody, so go ahead, Ulrich, describe yourself.
So, chugging down this mead at the table with y'all, Ulrich is, sorry, I'm hearing an echo. Ulrich is a dwarf, somewhere in his mid to late 40s, you would gather. But he could possibly pass for older just with the dark circles under his eyes of just exhaustion. Probably of all the walking, maybe. And he has dark brown hair that he keeps tied up in, like, a very, like, secure bun. And he has just kind of a growth of a beard, kind of matching the same hair color with some hazel eyes that look very more pleased, not as grumpy as he was before, as he gets a good swig or two of the mead. Oh, that's just what I fucking needed.
He goes, right.
You got some good shit here.
He drinks it down and goes, so what was your name? Dalish elf. Remind me your name.
Marilyn?
Right. So why are the Dalish interested in what's going on?
They're not.
Why are you interested in what's going on then?
I'm not particularly. I'm looking for something else, and it led this way. And then, I mean, you've met Meryl, so it was kind of a... You get picked up and then taken. So...
Yeah, Mrs. Hawk gets very... She adopts people because she said...
Excitable.
The way she always says it is, and he tries his best to mimic Meryl, but he fails miserably. It sounds like, "Oh well, somebody adopted me into their friend group, so I do it to other introverts," and he's just horribly doing it. He's like, "Wait, that was really bad. My Varric impression's better. He comes here a lot."
Yes, so anyway, I'm hoping to find some of what I'm looking for, while I suppose making sure no one dies. So
That would help. Some people like to get themselves hurt. He literally turns and just looks his head straight down at Ellie.
right.
I fucking dare you.
Where exactly? What clan are you from? How did you end up here?
Well, so I'm from Ferelden, from the southeast corner in the Brazilian forest, you see. And I was about 13 years old when the Black came through, and they killed my mama. And I was like, I don't want anybody else to do that. I have to go through that because that was really hard. So when I was 18, I decided to go to Gwar, and I talked to people in the Gwar, and they said, you gotta go to Danarim. So I went to Danarim, and I talked to the Grey Wardens there, and they said you had to go to Amaranthine. Because don't you know, the hero Pharrell's the Grey Warden too, right? And he's from a place called High Ever. But then some dude called Random Howe went and slaughtered his whole family. You see? But when you become the hero of Ferelden and your best friend becomes the king of Ferelden, that king of Ferelden gives you a whole ship to yourself.
Thorn puts his hand on her head and goes, "She ended up joining the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, got transferred here. She will tell you the entire history of Ferelden if I don't stop her right now."
Right.
Pats her on the head.
My story's much more fun than that.
It is really fun, but... Well, listen. Am I wrong, though?
Wrong about what?
He's like, right, and he chugs his entire thing of mead and pours another one. Oh, don't worry, Kunari, it takes us a lot to get drunk. Chugs another one. So,
That's not word.
he mostly looked down at Miri when he said that, or Ellie when he said that. And he says, so, alright, so I guess if we find any...
Got a bigger stomach.
What exactly are you looking for? Maybe if we see something in the deep roads, we can keep an eye out.
I have an interest in ancient elven history. So
I might have something to show you for
Well, that's a surprise.
We just got a big like mirror thing.
an
It's called an
alluvian.
alluvian.
It's a big fucking mirror.
Also, why is that not a surprise? I just
Every
you
time
said
I meet
that
another
like it was a
Dalish, they're always
bad
going
thing.
on about, like, we gotta find magical objects. So it's not really a surprise when we meet up with another Dalish and they're like, we want to know more about stuff.
You are not gifted in magic, though.
No, I'm gifted in
What?
chopping off Darkspawn's heads.
Right.
I like you.
Yes.
Well, the chopping off
Okay.
part.
And
Right.
you, Magister, what interest do you have, or is this just you a scent?
Interest none whatsoever, but it's a favor to an old friend.
It seems like there's a lot of that going around. Anyway. And he looks down and goes, little guy, and he points specifically at the Inquisition scout, not the dwarf. Goes, why are
Right.
you keep saying you're just a guy. Why?
I think there's probably a moment of realization, because if it's okay to describe Bambi in this moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bambi is Thedas's lighting department's favorite princess. In that he looks good in every light. Like there's always that 3/4 light going on, very dramatic, beautiful, stunning. But he is very small and very slight, and with red hair that kind of flops over his eyes and a scar on his face, and wearing a very similar jacket to this, green jacket that's just a bit too small for even him. But his features are very androgynous, and it's very clear that he is a trans man that is not quite 100% passing yet. And he just looks up and he says, "Oh, just a guy. Anyway, Ulrich, do you want my alcohol?"
Just wordlessly grabs your mug and just starts drinking out of it.
Right. Anyway.
Bambi, you don't need to see it. You feel Amaris's eyes on you.
Bambi has not looked at Amaris once.
So Thorin just kind of looks around and he goes, right, anyway, can I call you Miri? Miri, let's go, I want to show you that big mirror, because we've been trying to figure shit out about it. And Meryl refuses for some reason.
Oh. Right. Sure.
Got some trauma.
So he picks you up and leads you over to the storage room. And we'll cut back and forth so you guys can roleplay a little while we're gone. He cuts back and he leads you down. And the alluvian is broken, like cracked throughout with one missing piece. And you can tell that all of these pieces are blighted. This mirror is blighted. It's been black ever since we got it. And sometimes it like glows blue and swirls. But then it becomes black again.
Right. It's, I mean, I suppose rather fitting for it being here, but it's covered in blight.
Fucking course it is.
The magic is blighted.
Well, maybe we'll find something down there that can help cure this. I don't know shit about magic. I don't know shit about fuck sometimes.
Right. Well, neither do I. Honestly.
Well,
Outside of ancient elven history and...
Well, maybe you can work with the warden mages to figure out how to fix this shit, because they're ancient elf, blight magic. But when we get back, maybe you can work on it with them.
Right, I could try.
Alright, sorry. I'm not used to working with people who aren't wardens, so...
Is that strange?
Yeah. I mostly just go out with my crew, like Ellie, a couple of small people, Antoine and Evka, some more small people, humans and such. And,
Right.
Another Kunari, but she's indisposed right now, Ysera. So I call everyone small people just because, like...
I was going to mention...
Listen, I was raised around humans and everyone called me big fella, so I started retorting with small people.
Right, yes.
But
Round ear doesn't have the exact same effect.
Yeah, I'm not really. It's not a race thing, it's just that everyone's shorter than me and they like to make fun of me for being big, so it's a defense mechanism.
Right, fair.
Also, round ear just sounds... Is that, like... Well, I guess you can't really be racist to humans because they're racist to everyone else.
I'm not familiar with many people outside of my clan, so...
I guess we got that in common. I'm not used to dealing with anyone but wardens. You're not used to dealing with anyone but elves.
Yes, you're probably the second Kunari I've been around.
Really? Been around another Kunari?
The Inquisitor.
You've met the Inquisitor?
In passing. Yes. My friend ended up an Inquisition scout. The Inquisitor helped my clan in the Exalted Plains for a time.
Oh.
I think just because it was the strategic thing to do, but...
You see him kind of look around for a second and goes, is he cool? Please tell me he's cool.
He helped, so yes, and my friend thought he was cool enough that he joined.
You see him get really excited, and you can kind of... Thorn is kind of a fanboy of the Inquisitor.
Right.
So he's like,
Woof.
cool. And he's like, right, anyway, sorry, don't want to talk your ear off anymore. It seems... there's a lot of people around you who talk a lot, so you're going to have to probably deal with that.
Right. Yes.
Right.
I'll
Just back...
take the quiet. And she's gonna look at the Alluvian for a bit.
He's... Right? And he's just gonna, like, leave the room and keep drinking his mead. Pan back to everybody else. And I imagine, Amaris, you're just still staring at Bambi.
Morris is watching everyone else. And he's just so curious. I think this will be the first time he's interacted with such an eclectic bunch of people. In the most polite, affectionate way.
At that moment, Bimmy does run up with a big wrapped thing. Oh, my lord, I do have, in fact, a present from your father. And he hands you... And unwrapping is a massive staff with two Stormheart snakes wrapping around the top. One with, I think we said red eyes, and one with blue eyes. And facing each other at the top. Or red and green eyes, yeah, that was it. And so this is a Staff of the Archon, we're going to call it. Your father has named it. Because that's what he plans for you, as you're well aware.
I was wondering, is he spoiling me or is he apologizing for something? This is beautiful.
This spell has, or this staff, I'm going to tell you the slots. It has 5 fifth level spell slots that you can use, 6 fourth level, 7 third level, 2 sixth level, and 1 7th level. And there are 5 spells imbued into this staff. Chain Lightning, Wall of Fire, Fireball, that's 3, what was I looking for? Hold Person, and Call Lightning. So you have those amount of spell slots to use for those spells instead of using your actual spell slots. However, you could only cast those spells through this staff with the spell slots in the staff. Anything else you want to cast has to be with your own sorcery spell slots. You can use your sorcery points on these spells, though.
Spoiled. I'm loving it. This is how they're going to identify my body if I fall, I suppose, but that's for later.
Fancy stick.
Hopefully that won't happen.
Bambi just turns his head finally to, but he's not looking at Amaris, just at the staff, and he's like,
And at this point, walking in the door is Varric, just looking really annoyed, and he takes the mead out of Ulrich's hand. Oh boy, that first warden is such an asshole.
Mine?
Because
he is not the only one who's an asshole in this fortress.
Dad, you came back.
Did you just call me Dad?
No, I said Varric. I would never call you Dad. I don't see you as a father figure. What?
Dad, he says.
That's real sweet, little fawn. Right. So, turns out you lot are actually gonna be going a little bit further east than we thought. You'll be going into a dark spawn, a deep roads entrance that leads straight into, that comes out the other end in Antiva. So, and the warden commander wants you to find out what's going on down there, even if it takes you all the way to Antiva. And the did a little call with the Inquisitor with little rock I got. The Inquisitor is ordering that you guys go along with it. Speaking of which, Bambi, Stoney's in charge.
Okay, sure. Yes. Hi. Yeah, this is gonna be
Ulrich
great.
just gives Varric a look of like, I'm not surprised, but also, why am I in charge of him?
Also, I need a favor from you, little fawn. Anytime you have any problems whatsoever, I need you to tell Stoney all about them, everything in detail. Your innermost fears, your wants and your needs in life, everything. And then...
Wait,
And then...
I had this dream last night about a cat, so yes, I have so much to tell you.
That's worse. If I die, I swear I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna haunt your ass.
You can't come back, you're a dwarf. Ha! Leads back.
I can try. I could be the first one who does.
What?
Okay, so have you ever seen a cat eating a lemon? Because I did, in my dreams. And it's like Bambi's just continuing like this, like babbling on. Like he's tuned himself out years ago.
Just starts chugging and chugging and chugging and chugging and chugging.
We're gonna get back to Mira in a minute, but first he's gonna turn to Varric's gonna turn to Maris. He's gonna, so Maris, and he kind of gets in close so that other people can't really hear. Dorian speaks real highly of you as part of the Lucerni.
Only good things, I hope.
It's Dorian, so
Considering half of them are incompetent.
It's Dorian, so half the things he says are backhanded compliments.
Oh, brilliant.
He once
Stunning
called
reviews across the board.
He once called a friend of mine apostate hobo for his outfit.
That does sound like him. To a T.
So I got a request. Take care of my little nuggets there.
Little nuggets. Right. I'm sure they'll be fine. They survived long enough with you.
Goes, I like you, Shimmers.
Feelings mutual. Brilliant books.
Want me to sign any of them?
They're in my mother's library. She pretends, but I don't know they're there.
Ha! Well, you'll like my next volume, Hard Hightown, Chapter 3. I'm finally writing it. Hopefully I'll get it done before I go on my next big mission.
Forward to it.
Notice, and he just kind of leans back and keeps drinking, watching as Ulrich is being talked to incessantly by Bambi. And then we're going to pan back to Mira, who... What are you doing with the Olivine? Are you just investigating it, or...?
Yeah, so she really just wanted him to leave her alone with it.
Okay.
And then... I don't think that she has anything prepared.
I need you to give me an Arcana check.
Okay. You said Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Gee. I'm proficient. Oh. I get a +8. That's 21.
This mirror is blighted, but not any kind of blight you're familiar with. This blight feels older, stronger.
Okay.
And you feel a distinct presence of elven magic in this blight.
Okay.
And react to that how you will before we continue.
Sure. I think... Let's see. She doesn't have... I don't have anything prepared that I would want to do, so I think that she will reach out and touch the place where it's broken, like the piece that's missing.
Give me a wisdom
See if anything happens.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. I thought so. Yay. Alright, I have proficiency in that too. That is a... What is that, a 6 or a 9? It's a 9. So it's a 15.
Meets it, beats it. You are not compelled to... You are not blighted by the mirror as this...
Nice!
As you touch it. But as you do, you see...
Early blight.
You see flashes and images of a lot of things that don't make sense. Darkspawn that don't look right. A large person with tentacles growing out of them. And you see Keeper Hawen. And you hear him say, Masaranas Lethalin. Virabalas, sorry. And then it fades away and you see a man who looks tranquil. Dark skin, pulled back hair, a Elgar'nan's Valasleen on his face, and he just looks blank. You can't quite make out his facial features, though. And then you're pulled back as you see Thorn put his hand on your shoulder, and he goes, "Are you okay?"
Right, sorry. I thought you weren't here.
No, I was making sure you didn't
before I did the stupid thing.
Yeah, I figured you were going to do something stupid, so I kind of just went around the corner. And you've been standing here touching the mirror for like 30 minutes.
Right. Magic stuff. Mage stuff. Trying to get a feel for why it's broken.
Blight?
Right, yes, blight. But it's... I'm sorry. Do you, as a Grey Warden, is that just the default answer? Or was that because I said it earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So I was trying to see, like... I mean, can you get light from items?
Oh, yeah. Totally. 100%.
Insight check him?
Yeah.
Cool.
I love him.
I do too. Where are you? That's just a 12.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
There's a lot of like warden artifacts that like they keep somewhere I don't know where in like some kind of vault. That's shit gets blighted real easy sometimes, and sometimes depending on the item, if it interacts with you in the wrong way, you can get blighted. But if you get blighted without going through the joining, you just turn into a ghoul instead of becoming a Grey Warden. So.
She takes a second to think about how she's fairly certain that all of the aspects of the Grey Wardens are supposed to be super secretive, and she doesn't say anything. And
not
then
not that part.
That
part actually
she doesn't know.
Yeah. That part's something the Wardens make very like well known. It's like, hey, if you're blighted, maybe come join the Wardens. Like,
yeah, come join the Wardens.
Like, that's pretty not common knowledge, but known well enough. I mean, it's well known enough in Veilguard that that's the first thing that somebody says when their friend gets blighted. If your rook is a warden, is like, can you do something? It's like immediate that reaction. So it's like, anyway. So he just goes, right. Well, I'm gonna go back to the rest of the group. And I'm gonna say you should probably come with me because creepy Mira. It started whispering at one point. I don't speak Elven, so I don't know what it said, but.
It started whispering and you could hear it.
Oh, yeah, it was loud as fuck.
Without touching it.
Some of it, but it was just like... So the whispers he heard, like he said he hears whispers, you heard clear, like, spoken words.
Like clear words.
Yeah. It's like, it was like 5 different voices all talking at once. I don't know what was happening.
Right. Okay. Right. Yes. We should go back to where everyone's talking.
So, then you guys... walk in, and Varric is sitting there kicked up with his feet on the chair. Goes, so there I was, barbecue sauce on my chest.
Not this story again.
Listen, you know how bad barbecue sauce gets caught in chest hair?
I know how bad it gets stuck in the beard.
Listen, Hawk's Mabari forced me to... Like, Hawk made his Mabari lick it all off my chest. It was really the only way to get it off without removing my chest hair, which I refused.
Andy looks traumatized.
Fenris thought it was funny. And he never laughs, so it must have been funny.
Ellie is just like engrossed in this story.
It's the best thing I've heard all week.
Thorn.
I can never.
At this point,
I can't
Thorn
unlearn this.
Thorn and Mira walk in, and it's just like that's the first thing they hear. And Thorn goes, "I think I'm gonna go to bed." He just leaves the room.
You made me come back. And then you left.
Then he just left you there.
Betrayed.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
You
point,
see-
actually, guys. Where are we sleeping?
He says that, and he just stops. He goes, "Right," and then he sits down. You all are gonna be in the recruits' quarters, except obviously you, Ellie. You're in the regular warden's quarters. Magister Varus, you're going to be in your own special room that your father paid the first warden a shit ton of money for. Enjoy it. I think you're gonna love the decorations. And he has this huge smile on his face. And he's like,
Don't worry,
Concerned
nobody's
about
gonna
it.
haze you either, because you got the fancy room. No one's gonna do that.
We are.
Bambi just
No,
leans over
come
towards
on.
Ellie, like, "Hi."
he goes, "Oh, by the way, you're not one of those Tevintus who's like really doesn't like Kunari, are you?"
I just really don't like the Ansam.
Fair enough. Well, they killed my parents, so
That's out his yeah, just
My-
that sudden.
my birth parents, I didn't know them. I was raised by humans. They're sweet. Anyway, tomorrow we'll meet at the front entrance, the front gate. We'll head out to, I guess, East Anderfels. It'll take us probably a couple hours to get there. We'll set up camp at the entrance to the deep roads and head on in. Unfortunately, it's too far away from Orzammar for any context, but maybe the Legion of the Dead is within. Could get some help from them. But it's gonna be just the 6 of us for now. We'll be meeting up with another group of wardens eventually. That they're gonna send at a later date. If we take too long.
Are there any spare maps? Any maps you could spare that maybe I could take a study? I'm a cartographer by trade.
Well, we have some maps of the deep roads, but this entrance is a little tricky. Because the reason we're having to go in it is because it's usually overrun by Genlocks and Hurlocks. But recently, all we've seen is Ogres. So, not very many maps.
You
I can
could
fix
map
that.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Do we have to sleep inside?
If you don't want to, I mean, sometimes Ellie here goes and sleeps out with the horses.
Is that an option?
Sure, if you want to.
Fantastic. Where's that?
I can show you where I go.
Ellie, go show her where you go. Ellie doesn't like to sleep with the other wardens either.
I can sleep with animals? Okay, great. Just gone.
I hope.
Done. Just show me where to sign.
I hope you like. I hope you like Mabari, the warden commander of Ferelden, sent us a bunch.
Yes.
Also,
She
for those
is more excited than she has been the entire time.
Also, just a reminder: the warden commander of Ferelden is currently Sir Ogren.
Oh.
Woof.
Because Nathaniel Howe turned down the job and then instantly regretted turning it down when they offered it to Ogren.
I had to go for the second best choice, and that was Ogren, unfortunately.
Well, it would have been fine if Einar Kusland hadn't gone off to look for the cure for the calling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Thanks, Kuzlin.
Trying to live. Anyway.
It's only because Alistair's king.
It's fucking rude.
So, Ford goes, right, well, it's getting late, so I'll show the rest of you to where you'll be sleeping. Get up, and we're going to go with 2 groups. First, we're going to follow Ellie and Mira as they walk outside the Warden Fortress and see this big, massive, like, just really nice kind of, like, greenery with some trees that it has to be artificially planted because the Anderfels doesn't really support that kind of wildlife. But they have some big oak trees, and they do even have a Dalish heart tree, like the tree that all the Dalish clans have, because they have a lot of Dalish Grey Wardens. And there are even some Hala walking around with, and the Mabari are playing with them, not hurting them, but playing with them, and a few horses.
So you like being here? You didn't want to stay with the
Can I
clan?
stay with my clan?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I chose to leave.
Right. And you don't have any, like, lingering guilt about that?
Well,
You
I've
know,
been a
no
warden for about
specific
10
reason.
years.
You know, for no specific reason.
I mean, I've been a warden for about 10 years now.
Right.
So I've been away from home for a very long time. And I mean, sometimes it's hard because Ferelden's a very far ways away, and getting word back home is really hard. And then you have to try to find my clan and everything because they're still in the forest. But I know that I am doing so much more good in the world being here with the wardens than I was back home.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why I came.
So
And I saw what the black could do.
So I just have to make it worth it?
Maybe. I think everybody's reasons for leaving is different, and it's their own. Right? I see the Wardens as a place where everybody is the same. There's no such thing as a noble in the Wardens. There's no such thing as someone being better than or less than anybody else. You don't get something because you were born better than anybody else. Right? Every Warden is judged by the deeds that they do, not by how they were born.
Right.
So I find that very liberating, very freeing.
So the opposite of our friend that we just left to sleep in a room? That we said we weren't hazing?
I mean, someone might leave spiders in their bed. I don't know. I'm not. But it's fun to fuck with them.
Okay. And you sleep out here? You have holler?
Sometimes. I mean, I slept outside most of my life. And then I came, when I became a warden and went to Amaranthine, they wanted to put me in a building all day long. I can't see the sky. I can't feel the wind. I don't know what's going to happen the next day because I've been cooped up inside in a stuffy building.
Right.
I don't like that very much.
Fair. All right. Well, I would prefer to sleep out here, if that's fine. Thank you for talking. I have not been away for very long, and it can be hard. And then, almost as if to escape whatever's happening and all these feelings, you see just sort of a flash of magic to you, and then there's just a little Hala standing there, and she goes to sleep with the other Hala. And she acts like that's just gonna end the conversation. She's just... So she's... Yep.
She doesn't seem too, disturbed or plushed about the whole thing. She's just like, oh, all right, cool.
And she...
Hay's over there if you get hungry. Have a good night. And then she wanders off.
Hala shakes her head.
Towards her.
To be fair, with the way that Balara talks about having to eat in Arlethan Forest, hay probably is something they would have had to eat at some point. But now we're going to pan back to everyone else as Thorn is leading you guys to your rooms for the night. For Bambi and Ulrich, he opens the door and he goes, right, you guys, we gave you there's a room for Warden recruits that we're not using right now because they just went through their joining, so they're not Warden recruits anymore. So you two get a room all to yourselves. Have fun.
Thanks. Just walked right in.
He doesn't talk a lot, does he, Bambi?
Well, you'd be surprised because the thing is that really a face paints 1,000 words, doesn't it? So really, just the expressions, you can kind of get the vibe,
and
you know?
Thorn just turns around and leaves. With Amaris. Same thing he does to Miralyn all the time. He just turns around and leaves.
I would like to bonus section cast telepathic speech before Bambi is 30 feet away from me.
Okay.
Bambi, you feel as if Amaris' staff has come down on your shoulder and you can feel the 2 fangs of one of the snakes biting into it and pulling you back. But he hasn't moved and there's nothing there. And instead you hear his voice in your head saying, I don't like being ignored, Nazis. Bambi. Ferelden. Little guy. Is that how I refer to you now?
Can Bambi respond with that spell?
Yes.
Mhm.
For 8 minutes, this is a telepathic bond.
Excellent. Okay, so, oh, there's a bit of an echo. So Bambi, like, stops still for a second before, like, very easily just schooling back to his normal expression, but for a second it was just utterly cold. And he walks a bit into the room as if just leaning against the wall, casually looking around. But he responds and says, you know, why don't we keep this between us, huh?
Business is your own. You look well from when I last saw you. Less bloody. And you can hear the smoke in his voice.
And you look as well, annoying as ever, but we'll put up with you. Let's go.
And as you walk into the room, we're going to have Thorn and Amaris walk away. We're going to pan to Bambi and Ulrich in the room after we get this. Thorn goes, all right, your, what do we call it? Your Magisterness. And then he opens the door to your fancy room. I hope you love the decorations. And
What is it?
you walk in, and there are so many paintings and murals of Kunari killing dragons in this room. And there's also a picture of there's also a portrait of Inquisitor Adar with his foot on Corypheus's body, like, in your room. Which that one you probably actually do like, but everything else is like on-tom, like very Kuhn-looking Kunari slaying dragons. And one of the dragons you notice bears a similarity in design to Lusicon. So, clearly fan art, but
Charm.
not my...
Impeccable.
Wasn't my idea.
Wouldn't change a thing. No, I'm sure.
There's another Kunari Grey Warden who found out you were coming and she was like, oh, to Venta Magister, hold on. I guess her mother used to be part of the Kuhn or something, so she got a little resentment, but not much. Anyway, you have a good night, Magister. I'll see you in the morning. And then he just goes, wait. Good night. And just walks away.
Amaris feels a migraine. That's fine, he's going to sleep.
If you can't tell, Thorn is just the biggest golden retriever himbo dubro who's ever lived.
I love him. I love him.
Now we're going to go back to the room with Stony and Little Fawn.
Would Ulrich have noticed Bambi's expression?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I am happy to roll a perception check. Oh, son of a bitch, you bastard. How dare you? 11.
So I'm going to say that Bambi made a face, but in your brain, you're just like, oh, what annoying thought does Bambi have coming out now?
Cool. That's what goes through his head as he just is like getting He still has Varric's stool, I think I just realized. He still has Varric's fucking chair. The one good thing about this damn mission is I don't have to carry around this stupid thing anymore. And I think he just, like, carelessly drops it. Doesn't care if it lands upright or not.
I'm gonna roll for something. It does not break. It does not break.
Oh no, what a tragedy.
The Inquisitor would have taken it out of your paycheck.
What paycheck? I was a foot soldier. Anyway,
Still get a paycheck. The Inquisitor pays people. Well, I guess he would have. I guess he would have made Cullen take it out of your paycheck because Cullen is still actively the commander of the Inquisition forces. Poor guy can't ever retire.
I don't think Ulrich.
No, he had character development to have.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And then his voice actor just became awful, killing any chance of him showing up in Veilguard.
Just switch it back to the old one.
Which would have been... No. What they should have done is had Cullen be voiced by Anders' voice actor, so they have the joke come full circle.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it again and again and again. Beautiful. Love
Listen,
it.
they won't ever let us have our tragic blonde men back as a party member or even cameos after the game they're in.
Oh, you're right.
Anders and Cullen don't get in.
No more blondies.
Nope.
Except maybe you guys do. What? Anyway. Just so you know, Cullen is single, so,
Good to know.
y'all might go end up, because y'all could end up back in Orlais, who knows, and then I have to, as Hawk would say, it's time to practice my table manners and my Orlesian accent.
What do you think? I have this ridiculous accent. Sorry.
So, does anyone want to do anything before they go to bed?
I think Bambi's gonna look at Ulrich and gonna actually calm down for once. Because I think this is something you might have seen on the road. Like, Bambi is energy 99% of the time, but then when he calms, he really calms. And he looks at Ulrich and is like, "You good?"
Yeah. Why?
I mean, we are about to go into, pit of death. Fun little bone zone time.
No, the bone pit's in Kirkwall.
What are you? What?
Well, I mean,
What the fuck are you? What?
people have bones, and then bones show up when you kill them.
Okay, now where I thought you were going with that. Alright, no, look, kid, I survived the Battle of Denerim, and then I got to be part of the foot soldier stuff. I think I'm prepared for whatever the fuck is going to happen.
What's the Battle of Denerim?
Oh shit, you're just a kid, that's right. Alright. It was when the Fifth Blight was happening. The capital city of Ferelden, Denerim, kinda was the battle place of the Fifth Blight, where the Archdemon was killed.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to that stuff.
Well, I sure as fuck had to. It's quite literally my backyard.
Yeah. For Ferelden, it was mine. Yeah.
Okay, you're acting weirder than usual.
I'm always weird.
You missed the part where I said than usual.
I mean, I'm just a guy. We're about to, go. I'm just a scout. Like you're a soldier. We've got Grey Wardens. Like we've got magic people. I just run around.
Yeah, and from what I understand, you're good at it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been on this mission.
Oh, I've only been here 2 weeks. I walked into camp. Varric practically picked me up and dragged me here.
Okay. And I think he's saying that as he's walking to his bed, just, okay. Okay. Tothris!
Every time something bad happens, Ulrich's just gonna go, Chathras!
Yep.
Even if he had nothing to do with it.
Varric became the bane of his existence, and so it's just Tethris.
Now we're gonna pan to Mira. Mira, are you in your quarters or?
You're talking about Ellie?
Ellie,
Or
sorry.
me?
Brain. I mixed up the two Dalish for a second. Ellie.
True.
Sorry. Won't happen often. It's session 1. Names are gonna cross.
You got it.
I think Ellie's gonna go back to her actual room, and she's going to take some time and make sure that her armor is ready.
You hear a
She's
knock.
got her supplies.
You hear a knock at your door.
Come in.
Thorn opens the door, ducks his head in, walks in, and is like, "So, what do you think of the little crew we're going with?"
Well, I think it's gonna be a fun time.
I don't know if I trust the Magister very much yet.
Well, I mean, they're a Vinter.
Fucking Vince. Well, what do you think of that?
You gotta be careful.
That Bambi kid's weird, right? I'm not the only one who picked up on that. He's kind of weird.
Well, he's just very chatty, I think. He might be a little bit lonely. Want someone to talk to.
You two should either talk all the time or never, ever talk to each other. One of the two. I'm a little...
Oh, I already talked to him.
Damn it. Anyway. He gets a little more serious, like, kind of sits down, like, in a chair next to you. He's like, "Listen, on last mission, you almost died. If I hadn't cut off that ogre's arm, he would have crushed you. He was holding...
It wasn't that bad.
Ellie, he was holding you in his hand, about to squeeze. If I hadn't severed his wrist, you'd be dead. Now, listen to me. You are going to be more careful on this mission. Because I've already lost too many people. I'm not losing you. Elgar'nan's one of my favorite couple, but you're my favorite, okay?"
Alright.
Because
Not as fun, though.
I might not always be there to crush Kunari arms, or well, yeah, crush Kunari arms and Ogre arms. So now, listen. And he just kind of like touches your chin, like lifts your chin up a little with his finger, and he goes, and looks down at you. He goes, "No dying over down there. Got it?"
Oh, I'm never dying.
Who's
You
gonna
can't kill me.
Who's gonna keep me safe if you go down?
You know what? They're gonna have to kill Warden Commander Kozlan before they can kill me. Thank you very much. And that guy's practically untouchable.
He goes, "Well, considering I'll probably die long before you because I won't let anyone kill you without killing me first. Probably right."
I don't think you gotta worry. We got that little squirrely kid. He'll see stuff. And we got the grumpy guy. I'm sure he can whack stuff. I whack stuff. And then we got 2 magic users who can blow shit up. I think we're gonna be okay.
He moves his hand and just gives you a little forehead kiss and then goes to leave the room, and he's just like, "Right. Be careful, Ellie. And
I'm always careful.
when we get back this time, we're going on that damn date." And he closes
All right, if you say so.
he closes the door behind him.
You keep saying that.
He opens the door. He's like, "Well, we keep skipping the date part and going straight to the other thing. I think we need to actually have a date at some point."
Yeah, but the other thing's more fun.
He just kind of looks around and goes, "Speaking of, want to kiss me on the face in case we die?"
She's going to just reach up, grab his shirt, and just pull him in.
And you can tell he definitely has to, like, actually move because you're pulling him. Closes the door behind him. And that's when everyone gets to go night-night unless everybody wants to, anyone else wants to do anything before bed. Everyone.
I'm good. That was fantastic.
I'm good.
I enjoyed that.
Listen,
Get it, girl.
somebody's got to have an existing relationship before we go in.
True.
Somewhat.
Sure,
They're not.
maybe.
They're not. Like, well,
Situation
I guess they got to figure that out as the campaign goes on.
True.
This is mostly due to the fact that Maple and I have tried to get like RP like romance characters involved for years, and it never worked. And I was like, our characters are gonna hook up in this campaign. It's gotta happen.
You're like, just start it.
Start, yeah.
Session 1.
So we've already had to fade to black. So here's the thing though for Bambi and Ulrich. They're not as quiet as they think they are, and the barracks are right below them.
I'm so glad I'm sleeping outside. With such a sweet little, like, herd of Hala.
I think there's a part of Ulrich that is used to this when in, like, you know, camps and Skyhold. I think he just has more of like, alright, then goes back to sleep. He is used to this, I think.
Yeah,
Has
I think
experience with getting used to this.
Bambi, like half asleep, is just like, sounds like he needs to move to the left, and then falls asleep again.
Hold on, I'm rolling a performance check.
Oh,
He doesn't.
my
He
God.
doesn't need to move to the left. That's a nat 20. Oh wait,
There's always room for improvement.
I just thought of the logistics of this like 5 foot even elf girl.
It's not good.
It's
and
not great.
and the 7'3" Kunari man.
It's a very, very
Fine.
specific thing that you search on 4chan. It's not.
Chan? Yeah, Chan.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow.
So-
Very
You're
talented.
not
So anyway. Listen, I had to have some unhinged crap in the first session.
That's fair.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Maple's gonna go home and her husband's gonna be like, "How do you go?" And she's like, "Well,
Well,
my elf fucked a
It went.
Kunari. I fucked a Kunari
Yeah.
today."
Rail.
yeah, right?
In session
Everyone's
1, I
great.
got railed.
Yeah.
Everyone's great.
Mine is a win.
That massive ass bottle of Dr. Pepper.
So much.
So
Just a little guy.
with that, that's where we're going to take our break, folks at home. When we come
Nice.
back, they are going to progress on their little adventure heading into the deep roads. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from our break, and it is the next morning. You all get a long rest, but you haven't done anything yet, so you don't need to refresh those character sheets. And you
I
all...
used a wild shape.
Okay, you know what? You refresh your character sheet, you get a long rest.
I did a thing.
You did a thing. And,
I also did a thing.
yeah, his name's Thorn.
Yeah.
One thing.
Big thing.
Gabby's laughter brings me such joy.
I know you meant because he's a
I-
Kunari when you said big thing, but my brain just went, oh, never mind. So, the next morning, you all meet at the front gate to see Thorn and Ellie hanging out at the gate already, preparing everything, getting y'all's Brontos ready to march with their saddlebags. And Varric just puts his hand on your shoulder, on the two Inquisition shoulder, and goes, "All right, Stony, take care of our little fella here." Ruffles Bambi's hair.
See you soon. See you soon, Varric, not Dad.
You're adorable little fawn. And then as he like puts his hand on your shoulder, walks by, he goes, "By the way, tell Viago I said hi." And he pushes you past him. He whispered it very quietly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See you, Tethris.
Bambi
And-
immediately goes pale. But he's
then-
still like, haha, let's go.
When you look at,
Tethris,
yeah,
if I die, I will be the first dwarf ghost to haunt your ass, just so you know.
listen, I met a dwarf who could actually do magic, and she couldn't even haunt me.
I'll still try.
Goes, "All right, have fun." The Parker freeze.
I did.
How does
It's
he?
like the best facial expression
That was the
ever.
best.
Man alive.
Did I? I'm so sorry. My whole internet stopped, and I heard the Viago line, and then everybody was robots, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, people just went robot-y for me too. I think Discord decided to go, haha.
I think Discord just messed up a little bit. It was robot-y for a minute for me too, but we should be fine.
Okay.
So anyway, Varric walks back. You see Warden Commander Hawk standing with Mark and Thorn. You just go there, talk a little bit amongst themselves. And Carver looks at you, Ellie, and goes, make sure this big bastard doesn't get himself killed.
I'll do my best, sir.
And,
He hasn't gotten killed yet, has he?
no, but maybe don't
You do a
charge
good job.
into an ogre den this time. Yeah, he told me.
Who does that?
You do.
Not me. I'm responsible. Something.
Carver just blinks slowly 3 times, looks at Thorn, and says, have fun, Wolfrun. Anyway, walks away. And as you're all gathered there, your butler, can't believe I named this, Bimmy, is just going, alright, my Lord Amaris, I will be remaining here at Weisshaupt as per your father's instructions until you return. Please don't get yourself hurt. I will be worried about you the entire time you are gone.
Very good, Penny. Do try to make some more friends while I'm away.
I've already made friends with a young elf man named Antoine from Orlais. He's very kind. His wife is very straightforward, but very kind as well. And also there's this guy who was belching a lot, red-haired dwarf. He said he's visiting from Ferelden. Don't think I'll be hanging out with him very much.
Commanders, yeah.
I will, yes. Also, little message, and he hands you a little rock with that. So you put it up, a little magic pops out of it, and you hear a voice, and it goes, "Ah, Amaris, you can't keep me waiting this long. You must meet me at both the Cobbled Swan and the Poison Viper up in Manrathus proper for multiple dates that you are now honor-bound to go on me with. No getting eaten by a darkspawn. I would be sorely upset if anything happened to you."
Hear that? If it was me, I would say he sounded worried.
Well, all my time in the south did make me worry about people I am close with. Also, Mayvaris told me to tell you not to piss anyone off. I told her that was impossible.
I was about to say, when have I ever done that?
Oh, I meant it's impossible for you to not piss someone off, my dear.
Yes.
We need to know our weaknesses.
We do. We need to know our strengths as well.
And yours
The
are
sun is shining, the birds are singing, and 2 of my companions have already had a lovely ride last evening. So, all is boding well.
Sounds
She's
like
great.
typical Grey Warding activities. Anyway, we were talking about strength. Remember, your strengths are your winning smile, your joyous laugh, and your cheekbones. And then the magic fades.
Absolutely right.
I love him so much.
I'm glad you guys think I'm doing a good job role-playing Dorian.
Love him.
Dorian
He's my
Pavas.
favorite.
We're getting a lot of the cameos out
Emma.
early.
Amara said all of that out loud, making sure everyone could hear.
Thorn just goes, I told you.
Oh, it wasn't just us. Okay.
Thorn just leans down, Ellie. I told you you were too loud again.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing, let's move. Stone echoes, Ellie.
Yeah, and? You were loud too.
I was gonna say, you
Means I'm good at
in
my
the
job.
bed.
The walls.
Right, anyway, everyone!
Glad I stepped outside.
Everyone, moving out now. Let's go.
He gets so embarrassed.
I
He's
can
cute.
tell.
Good thing about him being so tall is no one can see him blushing. He looks straight up.
No, there's no
That's
shame
how
in
you know
that.
he's embarrassed. He looks up. It's really funny. You can catch him lying that way sometimes too.
Good to know.
Stop giving away your boyfriend's secrets. So,
Right.
All right, let's go. Let's head off, guys. Come on, let's go.
Agreed.
So, as you all, it takes a couple hours. We're just gonna get to travel to this little deep roads encampment, and it is just a massive crack in the ground with an elevator, like a wooden rickety elevator that they have to manually use pulleys. Amaris, this elevator looks so quaint compared to what you have back home. It's using pulleys and levers and wood.
Oh, charming.
Well, that
Actually,
looks.
highly
I'm
impressive.
And for real, then you just have a rope and you jump.
Yeah, or zip line.
We don't
Fancy.
have multiple stories usually.
Are there zip lines in Ferelden?
Yeah, loads. Anyway,
Sorry, what?
Bambi jumps in the
If
elevator.
there were, they probably got destroyed with the fifth blight.
Wasn't that like 20? Wasn't that like 15 years ago?
How old am I? That was like 10 years ago.
10-ish.
All right. Anyway, everyone on the elevator. He unloads all of y'all's supplies off of the Brontos.
Okay.
He gives one of them scritches under his chin. He's like, "He's a good boy, Brutus." And then he gets on to the. Shut up. That one's my favorite. He gets onto the elevator. There he goes.
She has definitely, during their journey, Druid crafted a flower crown for whatever one was carrying her stuff.
Oh.
There were the two Brontos' names were Brutus and Bella. Bella probably had your
Okay.
stuff. So Bella
has a flower crown.
Amazing.
And a couple of the random like new wardens who are with you guys, they're just like, "Right, Lieutenant, we'll return in about 3 weeks. If you haven't come back, we'll send another routine after you." And he's like,
Anyway.
"Right, get back to Weisshaupt, get the Brontos back. If anything happens to Brutus, I'm tearing your arms off."
Oh. Boy.
Don't fuck with my pets. You know what? I've always wanted a griffin, though. Too bad they're extinct.
Yeah.
Right.
I think those would be fun.
I'd name mine Feathers. It was what that Merrill lady said once, is that she would name a griffin Feathers. I'm like, it's a good name for a griffin. Anyway, everyone on. I'm sorry, your magisterialness first. He does like a really over-exaggerated fake bow.
Amaris is stepping very carefully onto that platform, and he's almost like sort of testing the wood beneath his feet before he actually puts all his weight on.
Who goes next? Everyone can get on as they please.
I think Ulrich does. He's like, oh, I don't like. He has the face of like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is too rickety. I don't like this. And he'll get on.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah,
She
Bambi
thinks
had
it's
already
a
jumped on.
wonder.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. She thinks it's a wonder and she gets on.
Yeah, Bambi had already jumped on after mentioning the zip lines and is just like casually just perched there, like comfortable as anything.
And Ellie, I imagine you just walk on.
She goes, "It's fine." She just walks on.
Seeing Amaris act like that, Thorn does a little like hop and lands as heavy as he can on it, and it doesn't even shake. And he's like, "It's sturdier than it looks." And then he literally pulls a bolt out of the winch, and it just starts to like somewhat quicker than you guys expected. You're kind of jolted a little. And he's literally got his hand above the bolt, and he's like, "Right, you're gonna want to hold on to something for when I have to stop it."
Oh.
Bambi holds on to Ulrich.
Ulrich is holding on. Ulrich is holding on to the railing the entire. Not me. I am not stable enough for whatever is going to happen here. Hold on to something different.
Bambi holds on to Thorn then.
You guys go down and down and down and down. You guys go, seem definitely miles deep. It takes you guys about 2.5 hours to actually descend until Thorn. Right, everyone hold on to something. He puts the pin back in and you guys just jolt to a stop. And you guys can immediately hear like in the distance echoing of like darkspawn gurgles. Because, oh, alright, at very least ghouls. Well, hopefully it's just ghouls.
Lovely.
Right, before we get off, rule of thumb for the deep roads. If you're fighting a darkspawn, keep your mouth fucking closed. If you ingest any darkspawn blood, then you're gonna either die, or we gotta make you a Grey Warden. One of the two. Either way, it ain't pretty. So you magic people probably stay back, and I don't know how it works if you're in your animal forms. Hopefully, it doesn't work the same way. If a darkspawn bites you, we're going to have to disinfect the wound immediately, or you'll get blighted. If you see a horde of little tiny darkspawn, those are ghouls. Despite them being small, they'll swarm you faster than you can say, oh shit. Now, if you see big ones with huge arms, those are Genlocks. One hit from them, your skull's fucking broken. If you see Hurlocks, they're the best fighters of the group. And if you see an Ogre, fucking run.
You see an ogre, you call me.
No, don't call her. She'll try to kill it on her own.
Aren't we technically looking for ogres?
We're trying to figure out what's going on, so we're probably going to have to fight ogres. But if you're ever, like, on your own and see an ogre, fucking run. Don't try to fight it. Don't even try to sneak around it. Ogres have better hearing than every wolf I've ever known.
What about vision? Like, are they like snakes where they can't see you if you're not moving?
Not at all. Darkspawn have the best sight in the dark I've ever seen.
And they can smell you as well.
Which, to be fair, when you become a Grey Warden, you are able to see similarly to a Darkspawn in the dark, so we can see in the dark.
Great.
Oh.
Now, we've got a little camp and a little alcove set up here. This used to be one of the dwarven fortresses. We've repurposed it. Walks in and there's like crumbling ruins all around you. And y'all are deep below the deep, like lower than you should be going. Ever since the Inquisition's descent mission, the Grey Wardens have been delving deeper and deeper into the deep roads. You guys all do notice there are statues to the elven gods littered about too in these ruins. Particularly Ghilan'nain and Falondine.
That's interesting.
And Dirthaman.
It's weird.
We've been seeing a lot more of this lately. Starting to think the elven gods had something to do with the dwarves back in the day.
Huh.
She bows her head towards the Ghilan'nain one and says Masaranas.
Oh, is that your god?
Well, technically, all of the Evaniris are the Dalish old gods, but also those Ghilan'nain is the Hala Mother, and that is the Valisthine that I chose to wear.
Got it.
Yes.
Right, so find a spot, get yourself ready, anything you need to do. We're marching out pretty quick. This part of the deep roads is unmapped, and it's one of the most solid structures we know of in the deep roads. Figure this is a good place to look. And he pulls out a big jar of red, like, looks like paint, undoes it, and you see it sizzling and heat coming off of it. And he just picks it up and just starts slathering it on his face in the form of two griffins on each side. It's like, alright. By the way, none of you touch this. It will poison you. Puts it back in his pack.
What is that?
Vitar. Kunari face paint. It enhances our durability, makes us a little stronger. But if someone who's not a Kunari tries to do it, they'll burn to death. From the inside.
Noted. Okay, definitely not touching that.
Do any preparations you need? Meet me over there. And he points to like this like crumbling archway where you see a lot of like old dwarven bodies. Like crumbled to bones, but their armor is still solid because dwarven armor does not decompose very much. It's a good armor. And does anyone want to do anything in particular in this little fortress? Look around for anything?
I think Ulrich takes this area is unmapped as kind of a challenge, so he gets out his scroll case from his bag, and he'll pull out a piece of parchment, pull out some of his cartography tools to just briefly kind of get a rough. He's gonna be making a rough map. It's not gonna be a perfect map, but he wants to get a rough small start of the general area that they're starting at, keeping a note of anything he sees pathway-wise that he could at least map out for this crude version of a map he's going to make. And I'm happy to make any roll if you want me to roll for that.
Just roll me a... I guess that'd be a dexterity... Or no, a... What would it be?
Be like perception?
Perception, and add your proficiency modifier as well.
Okay, I'm already proficient with perception anyway.
Oh, okay, then don't add your modifier.
I can't... I'm not using this die anymore! No! This... 10!
Your lack of being able to see very well means you don't get the best. But then you notice something. There's a lot of raw lyrium just poking out of the walls.
Anyone else noting the raw bits of lyrium poking around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not normal?
Well, it ain't good. At least not
I
to
never
touch.
thought about it.
I'm not particularly familiar.
It could be useful.
Raw lyrium? Look,
Raw lyrium becomes filtered things.
Sure, but I'm a surface dwarf. I don't have the skill set to know how to turn raw lyrium into the stuff mages use. And, sorry. None of us, I'm sure, have the tools to safely handle... I'm going into southern accent, damn. To handle raw lyrium. Allie's rubbing off on me. We don't have the tools to handle raw lyrium. So, probably not a best idea to touch it.
Hypothetically, so DM, what tools would that entail?
So you would definitely need very specifically Shaperite tools and Dwarven lyrium mining tools, because the dwarves and the Tranquil are the only ones who can work with raw lyrium. So unless you guys come across a Tranquil who joins your group at any point for no reason whatsoever, you probably won't have anyone capable of doing this. So
At least we know it's here.
Can Mira go up to the Ghilan'nain statue?
yeah.
I think she just wants to look around and see if she can figure out how old all of it is.
Okay, give me a history check.
17.
17. So this Ghilan'nain statue probably dates back to at least the time of the war between Arlathan and the Tevinter Imperium.
Okay.
You also notice it's been altered. It looks like crudely, like you didn't notice at first, but you notice there's been crudely added like tendrils and like wings, like what look like kind of tendrils made of like pieces of rock and metal. And you heard of this from the time in the Fifth Flight that they discovered the Darkspawn were vandalizing statues of the Evanuris. And this appears to be the case here. The Darkspawn have taken the statue of your beautiful elven goddess Ghilan'nain and made her look like a monster.
Huh. Interesting.
Just fun fact, you can see
Such a mystery.
you can see statues like this in Origins actually, so they've been planning that shit from the beginning.
Yeah. I think she just sits under it while everybody gets ready, and I think she just whispers a little Arabalas to the statue and sits.
Okay. Anyone else do anything in particular, or do you just get ready with your preparing your spells and preparing, like, sharpening your weapons and whatnot? Y'all notice Bambi has a lot of knives.
So many
As
things.
he takes each of them out to make sure they're like sharpened properly, like they're coming from a like building, like how absurd where they're being placed. Like at first it's like belt, okay, and then like under the jacket, in the shoes, like in the hair, like they're coming out of everywhere.
Did you buy more when we were traveling? What? This is way more than I remember you having.
Listen, I like cooking. You
I
need
don't think
knives
those
to
are
cut up
cooking.
things.
Okay, that's where you're going with that. Okay.
You
Goes
guys,
back to his crew.
you guys
drawing.
suddenly hear Thorn. Shh. All right, Chantry, and you suddenly see him looking more stern and just like not joking around at all. Just there's, worse than I thought. Genlock, Herlock, emissary tracks. No ogre that I can see, but possibly even Herlock alphas, which is a problem. Right. Be very prepared to fight. I'll take point. Miri, or not Miri. Ellie, you take point. I'll take rear guard. Mage is in the middle. He shoves forward. Ulrich, you up front.
Moves forward.
You stay with Ellie. Bambi, you're back with me.
So, Mage is in the middle.
Mage is in the middle just in case anything attacks. You need to keep
That's fine.
you need to keep all your front and rear covered when dealing with darkspawn. They'll attack you from any angle. Also, keep your eyes out above. Shrieks tend to travel on the ceilings.
Right. Ulrich will draw out his long sword. Just to be ready.
Thorn pulls up his hammer, which looks like it's made like from one massive ogre horn that's like bigger than ogre horn you've ever seen. He just has it like right on his shoulder, ready to go. And he's like, "Right, Ellie, lead the way."
We take off.
And now I'm gonna stop recording for a second so we can set up the dungeon map on Roll20,
Ooh.
so I can get the characters all set up and I can get
Fun.
everything all set to go. So give us a second, guys. Hey, everyone's in a neat little line and totally not gonna die.
Totally not.
So, with that, you all are walking through this cramped, narrow hallway, and on either sides of you, specifically right now, Amaris, you see two hallways that are like, the ground is sticky in these hallways. And black.
Ew.
Is the deep
that's
grows
not
is
a human
gross.
You all do have control of your characters, but if you'd like to do something not in combat, please just run it by me first. So as you guys can see in front of you, Ellie, you've never been in this part of the Deep Roads, obviously. But it looks to be there is only one way forward that you can see. And there are tentacles coming out of the wall at one point. That's right. I put blight tentacles on the map.
Is that what the
Little tentacle at the
S's
bottom.
are?
No, the S means something else, but there's a little tentacle around the S if you zoom in. You can zoom in the map.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
So, you are leading the pack, Ellie. Do you want to move up?
Yeah, I guess so.
Does everyone move with Ellie?
Yeah.
Can I do a perception check as we're moving? Like, just keep an eye out?
You can.
Yay. Thank you.
Give me that perception check.
Also, what's our lighting situation, real quick?
Very, well, it would be completely dark if not for the raw lyrium in all the walls.
Great.
So, dim lighting.
I do.
That is a 17 perception.
17, okay. You, other than the lyrium humming, you can hear, like, guttural growls, but seems like it's coming from everywhere. Also, a note, just for your character sheets, if you are Elven, you have dark vision. If you are a Grey Warden, you have dark vision. If you are Dwarven, you have dark vision.
Oh.
So
Right.
the two humans who are not Grey Wardens can't see
Wow.
shit.
This is fine.
And they're right next to each other, too.
Woof.
Oh yeah. Am I right behind him?
You're-
Interesting.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah.
But Thorn is also right behind you.
Yeah.
And he has dark vision. So, Ellie, if you could actually give me a perception check to check out, or investigation, your choice, to check out these weird tentacles.
I can't find my prop sword that I
Okay,
was
give me
gonna hold.
1 second here for
for this
perception.
Dang.
I have a bunch of real
Can't
ones.
find-
If you want to, if you want me to magically teleport you one.
I don't
Mhm.
have anywhere safe to put that.
I also have real ones.
I have my office in the house. That's where all the swords go. That in the garage. So Bebe can't get them.
Well, not the best at an 11.
There.
So, you notice this tentacles you've never recognized before, they're blight.
Ooh.
Which, normally the blight is not... It still feels dead. Like, the blight normally feels dead, and this one does feel dead, but
Yeah.
it also feels
Moving?
moving and, like, pulsing.
Moving. I'm gonna yell back at Thorn. Just
Yeah.
say, there's some weird... Sorry.
You're gonna yell?
Just yell out, there's weird... Yeah, I'm gonna yell... Well, I'm gonna yell back that there's some weird shit up here. It's not her accent.
It's the fucking... Of course there's weird shit. It's the blight.
Hey, but weirder.
Weirder blight?
Look, I'll move and you come look at it, because it's fucked up.
I can't get... And as you say that... Okay, well, good, so you're happy. You step, and this is my one freebie to you for getting like a low roll on perception. You step on a thing, and where this little S is, the wall disappears. And as soon as you see that, Amaris, you recognize Tevinter illusion magic.
Ah. See, what did I tell Bimmy? It's just like home. There will be doors on the walls, you just can't see them immediately. And then he is going to cast lights on his staff to shed light in 20-foot radius so that he can see.
Okay. Thorn is going to go...
That's very right.
Let me move ahead.
Alright. You want to move ahead into the next room?
Yeah, are the tentacles part of the illusion, or are the tentacles
No,
real?
the tentacles are real. You gotta step over them.
How far do I have to move up here? Like 5 spaces?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no. So you move up here. Does everyone follow?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble with my PC at the moment. Sorry. Okay.
I got you. I'll move everyone for now. Make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Unless people want to do things particular.
Not die would be great.
Amaris, you do notice that where the illusion is, there's shattered red crystals that are very affiliated with the Venatori.
I get the impression that this was one of their barriers that was here before. Perhaps.
You enter a room, and in this room, I couldn't make it work on Incarnate. You guys are ankle deep in black liquid.
Ugh.
Just move
These
everyone.
are my good boots.
Oh, I don't like these very much at all.
Do you have fat
how-
boots?
How deep is it?
So on a Kunari, it's about top of the foot deep. On on an elf or human, it's about ankle deep. For a dwarf, it's about knee deep.
Ooh.
Thanks. Cool.
So you're knee deep in this like black bile, and then it feels like it's moving with intent.
Nope. I don't.
But it's not hard to walk through. And you notice in this room there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 coffins all
good.
adorned with in the Elven language scripture.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I want to read the coffin.
I also want to read them.
I'm not going to read them in Elven, but they basically
Yeah.
these is a graveyard for servants of Falondine,
Oh,
Lord, who, for those of you who don't know much about Dalish War, it's basically their god of death.
Yeah.
And leading to the beyond. And even before things we know, he was considered to be one of the more malicious of the Evanuris. So, and there are a lot. But you notice in the sarcophagi are all open, and there are no bodies within.
Is there anything else in them, or are they just empty?
Anyone who would like to search the coffins, give me an investigation check.
That
Humans usually have bodies, no?
bodies are supposed to stay dead.
7.
7.
So what you see is Amara is just cursory reading. It looks like he's looking over the sarcophagi, not touching them, not touching them.
We're just...
And he actually can speak and read Elven, but he's not. He doesn't need to disclose that.
17.
Who got a 17?
Oops, sorry, that was me.
You see, you push open the coffin towards the front that's most heavily adorned. I'll ping it real quick. This one right here, pinging it on the map. So you will be up there with it. We'll just say everyone else is by other coffins except for our boy here, who is like, no, thank you. Did you search them, Bambi?
Oh yes.
What'd you get?
9.
Huh? 9?
Mm-hmm.
You can. Thorn is just standing guard here. So with that 17, you push open the sarcophagus, and at first it looks like it's empty, and then you see a shimmer, and magic dispels itself, and you see there's a lot more of this black bile in the coffin, and something glowing at the bottom. You see a shard of an Evanuris at the bottom of this coffin, or of an alluvian at the bottom of this coffin.
Oh.
In the goop.
In the goop.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this is like liquidy?
It's like liquid. It's the same. It looks to be the same goop you're walking through, which hasn't hurt you guys yet. Shard of the alluvian. I misspoke. It's Solus's hair. Someone snatched his weave.
Threw it in there.
Bald, and he's torturing people who have hair.
That is just Solus. He's bald and torturing people with hair.
I mean, I guess I said I was gonna do the thing, didn't I?
And you're gonna reach in and grab the shard.
I feel like my answer should be no.
But what would Mira do?
Great question. Is this liquidy enough that I could treat it like water, or is it too thick?
It's a little thicker than water.
Okay.
And with that, I'm gonna roll some. Oh, you hear whisper, Lethaline, from the shard.
Okay. So she'll just real quickly cast bark skin on herself, to make her AC 17 and reach in to grab it.
So you reach in and you grab the alluvian shard and pull it out. And the alluvian shard is actually... This is a purified shard that looks like was in the process of being blighted. And you stopped the process.
Oh.
And so you have a purified alluvian shard. And as you look into it, you see a golden masked face. And you see the face... a beautiful elven woman's blue eyes behind the mask, and the face has the same head adornment of Ghilan'nain.
Mash.
No, at least she's hot now,
Lord.
so you
Yeah,
can't.
that's fair.
The image disappears as soon as it shows, but you very clearly recognize the helm of Ghilan'nain for a moment,
Interesting. Okay.
and it still whispers to you
Ah.
again, Lethaline, with both a male and female voice.
Interesting. Okay.
And
Yes.
as you do that, all of you see a little pulse of magic, as the coffins are now full of this bile. And Bambi, as you're looking into one, a Hurlock reaches out and reaches for you.
No!
So
No!
Bambi, give me a dex saving throw to avoid a Hurlock's claws.
Oh!
Okay.
No!
Oh no. Oh.
That's
I thought-
not good.
Oops.
Okay, that's a 22.
You dodge and backflip out of the way as Darkspawn jump out of all the sarcophagi, and you hear them gurgling all around. Everyone needs to roll initiative for me.
Go touch something first.
Hold on, let me get to my...
My character sheet isn't yet properly in
21.
Roll 20 yet.
Okay, 1 second,
Yeah,
guys.
that's par for the course for me.
Hold on, I gotta find music.
That's pretty par for the course for me.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh yeah, that
I
feels
will,
right.
I will go
Alright.
around and ask people for it. I need to get a notepad open for this. Okay. So, keep it simple. We're gonna go in order as you guys are on screen. Bambi.
That is a 16.
16, okay. Oh, not A6, 16. Alright. Thorn had a 20. Alright. Mira.
5.
Probably a good thing the druid goes last, honestly.
Wow, that's worse than me.
Amaris.
I rolled a 4.
Amaris?
21.
Ooh, good.
Damn.
I'll be here to heal everyone as they die.
Ulrich?
9!
Not great. Ellie.
19.
Okay, now let me roll for the Darkspawn. Let me put them on the map too, and let's get the music going. Why don't let's get some?
I just want to know, what was our order?
Hold on, I'm gonna get the Darkspawn too, so that I can get the order proper.
gosh.
Well, you and me are pretty much at the bottom.
Nice, nice,
With
nice,
the
nice,
less than
nice.
10 crew.
Yay!
Amethyst, Thorn, Ellie, Peach the guy. Then Bambi. Bambi, I was having a moment with his name. Ulrich, and then Mira.
Nice, thank you.
And most of them are just normal Hurlocks popping out of the graves. A lot of them.
I'm laughing because I'm scared.
And after this happens, one does not pop out from the sarcophagus you were on, Mira, but
Me?
yeah,
Nice.
a Hurlock Alpha does
Yay.
not pop out from that sarcophagus. No. Come sprinting out
Oh.
here,
Okay.
right up to Thorn. And let me roll for them. The Hurlocks are all going to have the same initiative. The Alpha will have a separate initiative. Whew.
Why he so big? Why he have to be so big?
The Hurlock Alpha. Hurlock Alpha got a 22 on his initiative.
No.
The regular Hurlocks got a 13. So
Rude.
So they will all go in the middle of you guys. So starting first with the Hurlock Alpha, he has 10 foot of reach, but thankfully for you, Ulrich, Thorn is standing in front of you. He can't see you behind Thorn. So
Being a dwarf wins!
So he's going to use his multi-attack to swing 4 times on Thorn.
Oh no!
Hold on, let me get their HP.
I take back my
You got to bang
premature
once.
woohoo. I take back my
In
premature
this
woohoo.
game.
He's a higher level than you guys, don't we worry. How many
Okay.
Hurlocks did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. They're not super tough.
Take to wipe out a party.
Woof.
I'm just keeping track of their HP real quick.
I know we're a good level, but still.
6. Sorry, just doing maintenance.
Very good.
All right. So the big guy's gonna do his 4 attacks. He's gonna miss Thorn the first time with a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Thorn is also wearing very, very nice, like, Grey Warden full plate armor. He is a champion fighter. That 27's gonna hit him, though. For a total, let's see, this Great Maul does 3d8 bludgeoning damage. Plus 5. 5, 10, 16... 20 damage to Thorn. Second attack, or third attack, is also gonna hit. Ooh. 16 plus 6 is 22. 24 plus 6, 30 damage that time.
Woof.
Final attack, misses completely. Thorn does not have to make a con save for being blighted, as he is a Grey Warden. And now it's Thorn's.
Oh yeah, we have to do that.
Yeah, now it's Amaris's turn. Amaris, you thankfully are nowhere near any of these Darkspawn, but your party is about to be surrounded by a bunch of Hurlocks.
Are they though? I would like the 1, 2, 3, 4 Hurlocks on the couple to all make 30, 16 saving throws as Amaris
Which-
Hunger of Hadar.
Which 4? Which ones did you say?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, what's the save?
16 dexterity. He's casting Hunger of Hadar.
Okay,
Open up that wall. It is a 20-foot range.
so here's how you can do that. You can see the ruler here. Is it a 20-foot circle, cube, what?
It is a 20-foot cube.
Cube? Okay.
Sorry, 20-foot sphere. He's intentionally casting that against the wall so it doesn't reach a party member.
In order to hit all 4 of them,
Once
he
it-
would have to cast it. There's no way to hit all 4 of them without hitting Ellie at least. You could hit these. You could hit these 3. Oh wait, could you? Yeah, you could. Then you have to hit either Ellie, or to hit those 4, you'd have to hit either Ellie or Ulrich.
Oh, Rick, you're tough, aren't you?
Ellie's a barbarian. the barbarian and the fighter.
If there
Just
were
don't
any
hit
two
me.
characters to get dragged
Yeah.
into it, those are the 2.
Just not me.
I will say, any.
Just out of courtesy to
I am doing.
to Thorn.
Yeah, to Thorn.
Just as a courtesy. Sorry, Ulrich.
So Ulrich's getting hit because he's single.
Amaris is like, I want to appease the Grey Wardens. I don't give a shit about the Inquisition.
Sorry if I had
Thanks.
to choose.
Well, you know what the okay. So give me a deck save, Ulrich.
So
This
the way this appears is that Amaris draws his brand new staff, and the snake that has the emerald eye seems to glow as it looks directly towards the wall, and you see as if the wall has torn asunder, and the sliver of a fade appears, and from it these tentacles appear.
cool.
I got a total of 20, baby.
So you will take half
Nice.
damage.
Damn it.
This guy right here takes no damage, or not no damage, half damage. This guy fails, so he takes full damage. This guy also fails, and this one fails with a nat 1. Also, fun fact for the future: Grey Wardens are resistant to necrotic damage.
This is cold damage.
Cold damage, yeah. But just for the future reference, Grey Wardens are resistant to necrotic damage.
That's
Nice.
cool. Alright, hit me. What do I have to have?
hit me.
Only half of 7. But it's a recurrent spell, so anything
so
that's
everything-
10 there will be taking damage.
So if you get
Half
so
of 7.
7, yeah. So we round down, so 3. So one of those Darkspawn takes 3 damage, and the other 3 take 7. So they're all going to be down to that. All right.
Smack on her shoulders like, ow.
Little snake just whips you in the shoulder, and it's a little chilly.
It's like a tiny chill.
All right, Amaris, do you want to do anything else with your turn, or is that it? You do have sorcery points that you can use, but you might not want
I
to.
do have those 3 points.
But you might not want to burn them in the first combat encounter.
I don't need them right now.
Yeah.
So that is my turn. What is in this room behind me?
You don't know right now because you started to walk towards it and then Darkspawn popped out. It looks like a bunch of floor tiles with different symbols on it representing. It looks, you only recognize half of them, and it looks like half of them represent the Tevinter old gods.
I
So,
will refrain from stepping on those, and we'll just stay in my little nook.
all right, and with that, Thorn's turn. He's gonna hit this. Hit this Herlock Alpha. He's going to. That is a 24 to hit with his hammer. And he has a belt of what we're going to call a belt of Titan strength instead of a belt of Stone Giant strength, giving him 25 strength.
Nice.
So that is only a 4 on the D12, unfortunately. Oh, wait, no, a maul is 2d6, not a d12. We can re-roll that. A 2, and a 6. So that's going to be 8 plus 12 bludgeoning damage. And then he, as a Battle Master Fighter, is going to try to do a disarming strike. And he is going to use his superiority die, which is a d10 in damage. That is 10. So that is a whopping 33 damage to the Herlock Alpha. So that is going to math. Anyway.
That is gonna math.
And then the Herlock Alpha has to make a dex save to keep hold of his weapon. That's natural 20. Thorn is going to use his next attack. 18 exactly hits. So 8 plus 10, 18 bludgeoning, and then he's going to save his superiority die for possible later encounters. But another 18 damage. Okay. Okay. A lot of damage to the Herlock Alpha. And then he is going to bonus action Second Wind to regain 20 HP. He's going to... Right, everybody, keep your mouths closed! Except for you, Ellie, you don't need to worry about it. Alright, and with that, now it is Ellie's turn. Then it's Bambi, then it's the Herlocks, then it's Ulrich, then it's Mira.
Alright, we are going to take an attack on that guy
Okay.
first. See what we do. 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If the Alpha's AC is 19, then...
Okay, so she's a 1d12 plus 3.
I wanted so badly to use the Veilguard design for Herlocks for this campaign, but it wouldn't make any sense lore-wise. So I just used the Dragon Age 2 ones because I like them better than the Origins ones.
Fair.
Alright, so the first one she smacks for only 6 points of damage.
Okay, and you're smacking this guy right here, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my guy. And then we're gonna hit him again.
Okay.
I'm assuming he...
Did you rage, by the way?
I've not raged yet,
Okay.
but I am gonna rage.
Okay. Bonus action
Thanks
rage.
for reminding me.
Yep.
Bonus action rage.
Which means you get +2, either +2 or +3 to your damage as well when raging.
Hmm.
And I think you picked Wildheart for your subclass, correct?
I did. It didn't load into D&D Beyond
So, are you picking bear, or I'm assuming you're going to go with bear for the resistances right now?
Let's do that. I'm gonna have to make
I'll help you. I'll help you.
release sheet.
Okay.
I'll custom make a sheet for her tonight.
Okay, so with Wildheart Barbarian, you can choose. Look up the 2024 stuff. You can choose a different animal every time you rage. Bear gives you resistance to all damage types except for force, psychic, radiant, and necrotic. Which you already have resistance to necrotic, being a Grey Warden. So the only 3 damage types you're not resistant to right now are force, radiant, and psychic. And you add an extra, looking at level 10, Barbarian, extra 3 damage on any attack you hit with your, while you're raging.
Alright. Well, let's rage in the middle of those attacks. She takes a swing, she chops the guy, she screams a little, and then she does it again. Alright. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 definitely hits as well.
Awesome. So, +3. So she hits him for 9.
9. Are you including your strength modifier and proficiency with the weapon damage?
I'm doing what's on D&D Beyond, so probably
okay,
not.
so with a great axe, you should be rolling a d12 plus your proficiency modifier plus your strength modifier plus 3 damage from raging.
Yeah, it just says 1d12 plus 3, so I'm missing another. So it should be d12 plus, you said, my strength modifier?
Your strength modifier, your proficiency bonus, and your 3 from raging.
Proficiency bonus for damage?
So that would be a d12 plus...
It's because of weapon masteries in 2024.
Okay.
Barbarians get extra damage with weapon mastery. Only barbarians, unfortunately. It's how they gave barbarian on par with fighters still. I could be wrong on that. I'll just double check after the session, but either way, it helps you guys. So
I need to add another. I need to roll another d6 on that second attack for sure.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be, if you're using a great axe, it should be a d12 as your base.
Yeah. I just rolled shit.
Okay, so it's a d12 plus. For right now, for you, a d12 plus 9 is your damage, so there's no way you could get 9.
Okay.
So what'd you roll on your d12?
I rolled a 3 on my d12.
So that should be 12 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we have done that for my first attack, though? Do we want to leave the
Since
first
we didn't catch it, we'll leave it for the first attack for now. I'll help you with your character sheet later, but for right now, this is fine. We'll get through it. I'm here to help. Barbarians are my main. I can help a lot. I know you've never played one before, like a full barbarian before, so. All right.
Yeah, my other character's a homebrew, so.
And since that's basically all you can do, unless you want to try to move, but you'll walk right into the Hunger of Adar if you do.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna move. She's just whacking at stuff.
Okay, Bambi.
Okay. I need to clarify something before I decide what I'm going to do. The disengage action, or bonus action in a rogue's case for it, does that disengage from one or from both of these that are surrounding me?
It disengages from both enemies.
Incredible. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonus action disengage. Then I'm going to move over here and
you're gonna walk into the blight tentacle.
Wait, there's a blight tentacle there?
Yep, it's on the map.
I can't see. Okay, I'm gonna move over here and climb up the wall. And by climb up the wall, I mean he's literally walking up the wall, or running, as the case may be. And then I'm gonna do a cheeky wee. Would I have advantage from height, technically, if I'm as many feet as I can get up a wall?
If you're up a 10-foot wall, no. It's not technically height. These are low ceiling darkspawn tunnels right now. Thorn is almost scraping the ceiling with his horns.
Oh, that is fine. I'm staying up on the wall away from everyone. But I am gonna do a ranged psychic blades attack.
And how we're canoning that works with Dragon Age lore is he's just throwing daggers.
Yeah.
It's not actual
He
psychic
just pulls a
blades.
dagger out.
He's not pulling a Lucanus right now. He's just throwing regular daggers. There's no...
I mean, he has pulled a Lucanus, but...
No demon possession here that we know of.
Yeah. That's only a 13 to hit.
That will miss.
Yeah. Just checking. I don't have anything I can do to reroll that.
Rogues are one-shot chads when you first start. They don't get additional attacks.
He's just a guy.
Y'all are level 10. Y'all are halfway to max level. Alright. Is that your turn, Bambi?
Wait, we're level 10? I'm level 8.
Oh, no, it should be level 10.
You
Level
said level
5.
8. I'm also level 8.
Oh, no, it's level 10. I never said 5.
10.
I never
I'm
said
10.
5. I said
It's
level 10.
always been 10.
It's been
Oh,
10.
wow.
It's been 10. Y'all must
entire
have...
time.
Wait,
And
we
we're
need to
supposed to
stop
have
the
2
recording for a
uncommon
second.
items
it's
and a
written.
rare item.
Level 10, an uncommon item, and a rare item. Okay. Some people were more focused on who they can sleep with when I was doing session 0.
No, it's pinned.
We
It's
asked you.
pinned. In the chat, it's pinned. We will be level 8.
Well, I think I just mistyped because when I spoke, it said level 10.
No.
Okay.
You issue.
That was my
That's
bad. Either way,
While
it's fine.
while
Y'all-
everyone else goes up, I'm gonna level up real quick.
Yeah, it's fine. So now that is all the Herlock's turns.
Ooh.
And I hope you enjoy getting hit, Ulrich, because this guy's coming here. This guy's coming
buddy.
here.
Oh,
Well, actually,
buddy.
he's coming here to Thorn. These two are staying where they are. Remind me, with Hunger of Vidar, they have hindered movement, correct?
It is a difficult terrain, yes.
Okay. So they have 30 feet of movement. They can only get 15 feet. And so they can get... So this guy will hit here. 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 And since he can't get through the he can't get out of the Hadar. And it's 2d6 damage, correct? For anyone still in it?
2d6.
Okay. So
Yep.
only 2 of them will be taking... Okay, so that's 11 damage for everyone still in that there.
If they start or end the turn.
Yep.
Teehee.
Alrighty. Now, all of them are going to swing. So first we're going to handle the one who's getting swung out the least, which is going to be Mira.
Swung at the least. I like how you worded that.
That is a 16 to hit.
No, because I have bark skin.
Okay, so he...
Oh, that's right, you did that!
So he misses his first one. Second guy is going to swing. That is a 22 to hit?
That one does.
Okay, so for the slashing damage, that is going to be 7 slashing damage. He rolled bad. And for the necrotic damage, that is only 1 necrotic. And because he did not roll high enough on his necrotic damage, you don't have to make a save for being blighted.
Nice.
Now the 3 attacking Ellie. That is a natural 20 on the first one.
That hits.
So, and for reference for people who have not watched one of my campaigns for more, if you've just come here from like Dragon Age playthroughs, we double the total damage on crits for both players and monsters. So that is 3 plus 5.
Raging, so
changes
we're
my
gonna be
turn.
okay.
You're not you take half damage, so you'll just take you'll just take whatever damage I roll on this basically. So 3 plus 6, so that's 9 slashing instead of 18. And 6 necrotic instead of 12.
Okay, do I get anything else for my resistances?
No, that is already resisted. That's already halved.
Oh, okay.
That's already halved.
So you said 9 and 6?
9 and 6. So 15 total. Next guy attacking you. That's a nat 1. So now I'm gonna roll to see if he hits his friend. He
Yay.
hits his friend.
Yay.
And he takes His friend takes 6 slashing and 0 necrotic because Darkspawn are immune to necrotic damage.
Dang.
That
Which
makes
makes sense. Now, the last one to swing at Ellie. That is a 19 on the die for a total of 24.
Yep, that hits.
Ooh.
So that's going to be, not low rolls this time. 11 slashing halved to 5 and 1 necrotic. That's already halved. The 1 is already halved. Because it was 3 necrotic.
So 6 total.
Yep. All right, now all 4 of the ones around Thorn and Ulrich. So Thorn's going to take 1 attack, and it is... no!
Die down, die down.
Die down.
Oh no!
Die down.
That's cock to honor the cock. That's going to be a miss on Thorn. Now, for the ones attacking Ulrich, that's a miss on Ulrich, I already know, because that's a 2 on the die for a total of 7.
Yep.
Third one, that is a 19 on the die for a total of 26.
Hits.
Okay, so that's going to be max damage on the slashing, so that's 13 slashing and 1 necrotic. Okay, now the third guy attacking you. That is a natural 20.
Oh no.
2 crits.
I also have Revivify, but I don't know how that works.
That's very difficult to do here. That is,
I just wanted to let you know.
No.
I prepped it in case.
Oh. That is 7 plus 5 is 12 times 20. That's 20. That is 24 slashing and 12 necrotic. And I need a con save for the blight.
Oh crap!
My dice have not been loving me, y'all.
Oh,
I'm actually nervous.
is Ulrich gonna have to become?
I
Is
started walking towards my room.
Is Ulrich?
I have a good con save.
Is Ulrich gonna have? Is Ulrich gonna have to go through the joining today?
Maybe.
Don't jinx it.
16 plus 7. What is that?
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You are not blighted.
23.
You are fine. You are blight. You are not. You are not blighted. You are good.
Yay!
And that is.
That still hurt a fuck ton.
Yeah, you got this darkspawn just slices you like right down the back and just cleaves through, like gets through your armor and just huge slice in your back.
Ulrich wants to scream, but he knows that it's probably best not to have the mouth open, so he's just
All right.
a closed mouth scream.
Well, with that, Ulrich, it's your turn, and this is the guy who crit you. So
Which
the one I'm
This
pinging.
fucker?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, first things first. I'm gonna use second wind on myself.
Probably smart.
Get me up a little bit here. It's not enough to heal me up, but it will help. So let's do that. Oh yeah, I rolled a 10 on the die. Fuck yes. So I heal 20.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I don't even remember how many attacks I get as a fucking level 10 fighter. Shit.
2. You don't get. You don't get 3. You don't get 3 till level 11.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get to the one that fucking critted me. Payback's a bitch, especially when a dwarf is angry. Okay. Gonna hit it, longsword, double-handed. No, that's a 2 on the die for a total of 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
26.
That hits.
Yay!
When you have plus 10 to hit, but still don't hit.
Right. That's the worst part of it. I'm also debating if I want to use guy just to be a dick. No, yeah, I'll do that. So I'll roll the damage, but I also want to use one of my maneuvers, because I'm also a battle master fighter. I am going to do disarming attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
One is superiority, I disarm the target. Alright, so I need it to make me a DC 17 strength saving throw, otherwise its sword goes bye-bye from its hand.
It does not save. Sword go bye-bye.
Sword go bye-bye, yay! And then for damage, and I'm doing this two-handed, and I get the D10 from my superiority die on top. Well, that's not the best it could have been. Okay, sure. It's a total of 15. I got a 4 and a 5 on the die.
Still
on the
not
dice.
bad. Y'all
And then
are
it was a...
y'all are definitely whittling these guys down over time.
And that's all he wrote, folks. That's all I can do at the moment.
All right. With that,
Can't exactly scooch away.
Mira.
Yes. Who looks the worst?
Ulrich.
Okay.
I'm sitting on a scale of 1 to 118. I'm about an 85.
So,
Okay.
not horrible.
More than I have on a good day, but still bad for you. Okay. So, first thing she's gonna do is, bonus action, healing word.
Okay.
Ulrich, so I will roll. Oh, that was good. So that's 10 points of healing to you.
Good.
In my bonus action. It's just sort of like a shimmery sort of halo around her head almost. And then D&D Beyond, please don't decide right now after I've been sitting here to not work. And then for my action, I'm actually going to use Call Lightning.
Woo!
So, because we're indoors, she has to make it herself, so I don't get the extra. But you see her, like, eyes just sort of shift over into, like, just a white, and this, like, storm cloud forms above her, and, like, the ends of her hair pick up with this, like, static electricity. And then she's gonna place that, because when it strikes, it'll be anything within a 5-foot radius. So she's actually going to put that... Oh, let me ping, please. She's going to put that right there on that center block, so it'll hit 1, 2, 3 of them. Not the one closest to her, but 3 of them. And so... I will cast that, and then... Oh, I didn't mean to roll that on D20 or D&D Beyond, but it's fine. So it is... they all have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Well, which ones was it?
So it is... so I'm placing that bolt right here on this empty tile, so it will hit the 3 that are in with 5 feet of it.
Okay, cool.
So 1, 2, 3. And they have to succeed a dexterity saving throw of 16.
Okay.
Or they'll take half.
This guy passes with a nat 20.
Okay.
This guy fails with a nat 1.
Okay.
And this guy gets a 14, so he fails.
Okay, so the 2 that failed will take 21, and the other will take 10.
Cool, so the 2 who failed are both dead.
Great. So I like to imagine that it hits and just chars their body, and they just fall.
That's about right. And they just, like, let out their little blood-curdling, like, shrieks that Darkspawn do, and they fall to the ground, dead, burned to pieces. All right. You got anything else?
And of course, the one closest to me, don't do anything.
Yeah.
No, I used my bonus action and my action. So I will concentrate on that little storm cloud.
Okay. And with that, it is now back to the top of the order with the Hurlock Alpha. And he is going to smile and like big open mouth, crooked to smile as you guys see red lyrium like pop from his body. And he uses that red lyrium to teleport right here.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no, sorry, that's not where I put him. No, I put him right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's even ruder.
Even better.
And,
There you.
and so with his attacks, he's going to first just hammer down on Ellie. That's gonna miss with a 12.
Yes.
Swing hammer back around, and he saw you do that call lightning, so he's coming for Mira. He's gonna do all 3 attacks at Mira. Does a 14 doesn't hit, right?
No.
How about a 29?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, so that's 3. Actually, now that he's got his red lyrium out and red lyrium all over his hammer, that is now, instead of 3d8, it's 3d12s.
I would like to remind you that I am both a druid and this is session 1.
I know.
Okay.
He's missed you. He's already missed you.
I'm the only one that heals as far as I know. And I have the least amount of hit points.
Okay. 17. So it's 17 plus. So that's 27 bludgeoning.
Cool.
And
I
then,
distract him by like kicking him in the shin or something.
well, his last
We
attack.
distract him by kissing him in the rain.
Also, he is by my hunger.
He is. He's going to attack last one, Ellie, for a 16 to hit.
Oh, he barely hits me, but he does.
Okay. That's going to be 4, 10, 8, 20. That is going to be 27 bludgeoning damage.
Is that halved already?
Oh no, that's not halved. It'll be halved to 13.
Okay.
And
I
then
can take that.
And then that's his turn, but you see he starts to crackle with magical energy. Amaris, you can see this guy now, and you see red lyrium, not raw red lyrium, enchanted red lyrium popping out from his body. So it seems that the Lucernai's theories that the Venatori were trying to tamper with Darkspawn are correct. So
Abominations, a lot of them.
now that's his turn. Now it's Amaris' turn. Oh, Hunger of an Hour
Amaris is
damage.
going to move forward into this
Okay, it takes 10
corner
damage.
here.
Okay.
And he's not a fan of all of this outnumbered business. No, not a fan of that at all. He is going to careful spell Cone of Cold within 60 feet towards all
Thanks.
the Hurlocks in the room.
So careful spell that does
Any-
just mean your party members pass their saving throws, so they will still
They
take
passed.
half damage.
Let me double check that. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to
This
make.
is the sacrifice. Like, do you want me to kill you or do you want them to kill
So, so since it's already halved,
Mercy kill.
Ellie, since you're raging, you will take half of the half damage.
you? It is a... Was it Dex or was it Con?
I think it's Con for Cone of Cold.
It is. Con save of 17.
Okay, and you're doing a 60-foot cone, so let me...
Save a Con. I think that should get all of them except for one directly beside me.
If you angle it this way, it'll even hit Bambi. Yeah, the
But
only...
not me.
Wait, but you're with
No.
the uncanny dodge for Bambi?
Yeah, Bambi has uncanny dodge.
Oh, no, that's dexterity saves, not constitution saves.
So he auto passes, so he's going to take half damage. Because uncanny dodge doesn't work for con saves.
I know, I just remembered that.
All right, so
Did he also take Hunger of Hadar damage? Because it's still technically in that range.
yeah.
Okay.
Started and ended its turn.
Okay, so let me
That
roll.
is 37 points of cold damage.
Okay, let me see.
Half. I think
So
it's
only people who don't take damage are Mira and this one Hurlock. So Fails. Passes with a nat 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Fails with a 2 on the die. Fails. Jeez, fails. Fails.
I'm liking this.
Passes. So you said how much damage?
37.
37.
Before the
So
halving?
I'm not a math guy.
halved to 17 for anyone who passed. So, yeah. Dead. 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 Their max damage, their max HP is 35. So
Nice.
so there's only 2 Hurlocks and the Alpha left, who he took 17 damage as well. Let me calculate that. 40. Okay,
They're
perfect.
just like frozen in place.
Actually, we're gonna have fun with it. This is Dragon Age. Cone of Cold did do in the Origin, so I'm gonna roll saves for that. No, they are not frozen. We're gonna do some fun homebrew spells as well as we level up that I'm coming up with specifically for Dragon Age. So, especially if anyone dips into blood magic.
Nah, bro. I've seen that before.
All right.
The mage just said, I've seen this story. I didn't like it.
I think I've seen this film before.
And that is me.
Oh, all right. Mars' turn is up now. It is Thorn. He's just gonna hit that one Hurlock who's just standing there cold, raise his hammer on high. I really hope he hits this. This guy has how much HP left, so... This thing's dead. Even if Thorn crit, and even if he rolled min damage, it would be 21 damage. This thing has 18 HP left. So he smashes that thing to pieces. And then he's going to 5, 10, 15, or 5, 10. Hop on the sarcophagus, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right next to Ellie. And then he's going to swing for the Hurlock. Ah, that just hits with a 19. Fuck. Oh, goddammit, it rolled low. So that is going to be only 14 damage, but he is going to go, "Oi! Hands off my girl, asshole." Smash it, and he does break the Hurlock's jaw off, but then its tongue opens up, extends into a blight tentacle. And the blight tentacle has red lyrium shards poking throughout it.
What worse? Why did you make it worse?
Thorn just sees that and he's like, "Oh, fuck you!" But then he is going to use his bonus action to rally Ellie. And that is going to be... Oh, at this level, his rally is actually a D12. That's going to be... Oh, Max, you gain 18 HP back.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay.
I don't know if he wants to use his action...
He was getting a bit low, guys.
He doesn't want to use his action surge yet, because who knows what could be coming in later in this dungeon. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but I have it in my notes. You guys did get healing potions from the Wardens. So...
Oh, nice.
You guys each
Good
have...
to know.
You guys have 3 potions of healing at... Each have 3 potions of healing and 1 potion of greater healing.
Mm.
So you can use that as your bonus action to drink or action to give to someone else. Because I feel like we need more than just Mira healing people.
Please and thank you. I was getting worried, because I also have to heal myself.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are fine. Nobody's close to death. Alright, so that is Thorn's turn. Now we are back to... Who's after Thorn? Ellie!
Ellie! Okay, so she is going to quickly wipe the blood out from under her nose because she just got pile-driven by this guy. She's going to spit some blood and she's going to attack him.
Alright.
Should be 20 plus 6. 23 hit.
Yep, 23 does hit.
All right. Roll better damage, so it should be the do 12 plus my strength modifier.
Yes.
Sorry, no, I keep.
And I was you were right, Gabby. It's just the strength modifier and then the rage bonus. So it's only +6 damage while you're raging. Not +9. That's my fault. 2024 rulebooks are still very new, and they do a lot of weird shit, like making.
That's what I'm trying to get used to that rule set too while playing this level 10 fighter. So I'm like, oh.
Like how fucking paladins, it's a bonus action and counts as a spell to smite now. So so smites can be fucking counterspell now. I hate it.
Great, she hits for 16 points of damage.
Ooh. So we're gonna have fun
attack?
with this. You swing with your axe and you sever the tongue clean off, and it lands against the wall and attaches to it and goes inside.
Oh.
Somehow
I
it
don't
got
like
even
that.
more worse.
You guys knew.
Yeah.
You guys knew what this campaign was gonna be about at first. Y'all knew
we did. We can still get
initially.
grossed
Yeah,
out.
y'all knew it was going weird Grey Warden Darkspawn shit.
And I knew what the opening scene of Baldur's Gate was, and I still closed my eyes every time.
True.
Yep.
True. Meanwhile, Amaris is just like, oh. I feel like Amaris is not happy right now. Am I wrong?
He's not.
All
Quite, we're getting this over with, even if there is collateral. We're ending this.
Okay. All right. That's your first attack.
I
Second.
got my second attack.
Yep.
Second attack. 25 to hit.
Yep. That hits.
Awesome. And for 11 points of damage.
All right. He is still up.
He's still up. Alright, can I bonus action engage? Move.
No, you are a barbarian. Disengage is
Damn it.
only a bonus action for rogues. Everyone else, it's an action.
Right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Alright, well, she's staying there.
You could use your bonus action to drink a health potion if you want.
We're not quite in that panic mode. I was before I got rally.
And
If I get hit again, everybody should start drinking their healing potions. Just so you know.
Just the honesty. Parker's
Just
like,
so you know.
Parker's just like, I'm not healing any of you if I get hit again.
Yeah, I get hit again. You're on your own.
What'd I do?
All right.
I've already healed you. You're the only person I've healed.
All right. That's Ellie's turn. Next is Bambi.
Yes. So Bambi's gonna come off the wall, I guess. Walk down the wall. Do 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 do.
You are in
Do, do,
difficult.
do, do.
You are in difficult terrain because of the Hunger of Adar.
Oh, damn. Where does that stop? Because
Uh,
I don't want to go there.
Let me just get a little measure tool. It was a circle. It was right here.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna come down to, here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do a cheeky wee ranged psychic blade attack. He brings out, still like looking calm as anything, he just brings out another dagger to throw.
Would you like to sneak attack since you have allies nearby?
I would like to sneak attack, yes please.
What'd
Oh
you
my
get?
god, you critted.
I also critted.
Alright, so that's double the damage of your weapon damage and your sneak attack damage with a crit.
Holy shit.
Yup.
Now keep that in mind. This is also how it works for enemies.
Okay.
We know.
18 sneak attack damage.
Is that already doubled?
No,
So 36.
36. And then is it the weapon on top of?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
let's
everything.
go. Okay, plus 9. That's not doubled either.
Okay, so 36 plus 18. Yeah, so you throw this dagger, and it goes into where the mouth hole was, and you see the dagger fly out the back of his head as his skull just folds open. As you split his skull in half, and he just falls to the ground dead.
Nice.
And then that one Herlock that's left, I'll use my bonus action attack.
Okay.
Might as well, since I'm here.
No sneak attack on this one, obviously.
No, that's only a 14 to hit.
That just misses. Their AC is 15.
Oh, wait. Because I leveled up, because I'm level 10 now, I can use a homing strike. One of my psionic energy die, I roll 1d8.
Okay. So you
And
get you
that's a
literally get-
1.
Okay, so that's a 15. You hit.
Excellent. And then we do the damage if D&D Beyond would be so kind as to stop popping things up on the screen. Da-da-da-da-da.
Also, as the Hurlock's body hits the ground, the alpha, it dissolves into goop, sinks into the goop on the ground, and you see it melt away. The hammer also dissolves, but there is an axe sitting in the muck now. An axe with the sigil that looks it's a double-headed axe, and the two heads look like wings, and it's got the head of a griffin at the top. Gee, I wonder whose homebrew magic item that is.
Such a mystery.
That's weird.
So
Definitely
that
mine.
was it was just 5 damage to that other Hurlock.
Okay, he is definitely still up.
And Bambi says again, "Who touched a cursed item?" And he is immediately like so much less like happy, like bum is like so annoyed right now.
So, this Hurlock sitting there just turns and looks at Amaris, and it just opens its jaw, breaks its jaw as it opens it more, and spews out red liquid. Amaris, I need a dex save.
Ew.
It's like husk puking on you.
And that 20 for a 22.
Okay, so you're going to take half damage, and you are not poisoned by the, or blighted in this case, by the blight bile. As it coughs up, and you all can see its organs coming out of its mouth.
Ew.
And it's going to be...
That ain't right.
And,
That just ain't right.
okay, good thing you saved, because that is... That
That
is 20, that's 27 necrotic damage halved to 13.
Oh.
And then this thing falls down dead.
The way that looks is that you see this almost golden serpent curl out of Amaris' arms, where you can't see that he has a barrier tattoo. It wraps around him, and the scales deflect the majority of that bile, as it seems to just slide off nothing.
Nice. Also, that was a fucking kamikaze move? What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's so
And
fucked, it's
you,
so
the combat encounter is over. Now it's back to creepy.
Prestidigitation.
Ugh.
That's a new spell Magister Pavis came up with.
Does everybody look bad?
No, I'm pretty
Did
fine
everyone get
actually.
it?
I'm
This was not a really necessarily difficult encounter. It was just a could go bad very quickly one. So, you guys have defeated, and you also see that the blight water that was up to like your ankles seeps into the cracks in the ground and goes away. And now you see that the ground is littered with the bodies still preserved ancient elves wearing golden armor. Their bodies look like they were slain like yesterday. And also the bodies of some Grey Wardens wearing old Warden armor dating back to what looks like the first Blight. As well as the bodies of some ancient... in one of the sarcophagi, right next to you, Amaris, you see someone wearing an old robe of Dumat. And right below you, Ellie, is an axe that you recognize. This is the lost Grey Warden axe Griffin's Beak. wielded by the first warden, who died in the Deep Roads after the first blight. They assume he died. And you now realize, because you see that the Hurlock's body that shriveled up, the alpha whose body decayed, and his bones are left, you just kind of killed the original Grey Warden, who had become a Darkspawn.
I didn't do that. The little guy over there did it. His fault.
But Thorn just goes, well...
The little guy.
He holds the axe and goes, I think you can have this. Axes are more your speed.
Pretty.
It's pristine, and you can tell this is made out of this is an enchanted axe, enchanted by the Tevinter Imperium. Back when the Grey Wardens and the Imperium were allies. To be fair, the Burst Blight did start in Tevinter. But there's a lot to be seen, and Mira, all of these, there's like 5 dead elves wearing armor that was only recently rediscovered when the Inquisition found the Temple of Mythal. They all have the Ghilan'nain Valasleen tattooed on their faces. And give me one history check to figure out where you are.
Oh, okay.
Or just raw... I'm doing that instead of raw intelligence check, because... Or, if you prefer, instead of history, you can do religion or just a raw wisdom check.
I think history's still...
Up to you. Any of the 3 will work.
Best. That's gonna be 18.
18? You are in the Lost Temple of Ghilan'nain.
That's fun.
That was lost even before the fall of Arlathan. When the Inquisition delved deeper into the Deep Roads than anyone else ever had before, it opened tunnels for the Wardens to explore, and now, this unexplored catacomb, it's revealed why it's so intact. And it has been completely overrun by the Darkspawn. Your god's temple has become a blight-infested horror tomb.
Fun.
There is, on one of their necks, an amulet of Ghilan'nain as well. And it is radiating with magic. Ancient elven magic.
I just got in trouble for picking up a thing I wasn't supposed to pick up. I'm gonna pick it up.
You pick it up, and
He is immediately like, why are you picking it up? Why do you do this?
on that note, you all hear a voice echoing throughout the Deep Roads. You who would intrude on my experiments, leave. I am fixing them. The red lyrium is a cure. Leave, or you will be cured. And the voice echoes, and it's raspy, and it's just like... And Ellie, I'll let Thorn make one too. Give me a history check. Thorn doesn't know shit. That's a 2. Listen, he's got 10 intelligence. He's got +0.
He's
He
so
tried.
pretty.
He's big and pretty.
He's big and pretty.
Well, Ellie didn't
What
do
do you
much
mean?
better. She rolled a 3.
Well, you're the only two who
She's
would
got a 0 too.
You two would have no idea. Like, you're the only two who would have any inkling what this person could be. Except maybe if Amaris rolls really well. The DC will be higher for you. But you
It's
can
fine.
you
What
can
about
do
Oleg?
you can do a history or religion check.
I'm going to give myself magical guidance to roll that at advantage.
Okay.
Because sorcerers can do that.
Sorcerers are
Fuck yeah.
fun.
They are.
No. The dice were like, no. At first it was a 2, and then the second roll with advantage was only a 10.
10?
So this is not for me.
I will say all you know is the cadence of his speech sounds very much like when you read old Tevinter manuscripts from the days of the Cult of Dumat.
to which Amaris will let the others know. He has the cadence of someone who speaks Old Savine.
Well, that's just fucking great.
Of course he does.
Thorn says, so we've got ancient elven shit, ancient Grey Warden shit, and probably Taventa shit too. And we've seen no sign of the downtime, so we don't know what the hell's going on here.
Right, let's keep going then.
Yeah, I don't like any of this.
I've got energy to burn. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
No, we're gonna take a moment, recover a little, and you can all take a short rest.
Nice. Thanks.
And as you do, Thorn is going to be looking around. You guys look around. You do see 2 rooms adjacent to the room you're in. One with 2 statues of what appear to be to you, straight ahead of you. My brain is going straight ahead of you. Mira is 2 statues that look to be a statue of Ghilan'nain and Andruil. With a headstone in between them.
During the rest, could I also be? Could Ulrich try to map out so far what they traveled through?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
And Amaris,
Come on, dice.
like I said before, you see the room with all the sigils on the floor. Half of them you recognize as symbols of Lusican, Dumat, Razikael, Uthemil, but it's a little strange because the other half you don't recognize, but they look elven.
It's going to be a total of 20 for that perception check.
You map it out perfectly where you are.
Can I identify the amulet that I picked up?
Yes, you can.
Cool. I cast Identify.
This is a homebrew item that is Ghilan'nain's Amulet of Protection. It specifically, as a druid, whenever you are wild-shaped, you add +5 to your AC to whatever form you are wild-shaped into, and you get 10 more temp HP.
Oh, nice.
So it's it makes sense for Ghilan'nain.
Yeah.
And if wild-shaped into a Hala, you get advantage on your attack rolls.
Nice.
Nice.
Queen of Monsters. Of course you will.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got...
There we go.
Alrighty, so... That's the fun times. So, during the short rest, that's it. You see these little things inscribed in the ground. You guys, and you see the big statue. Before we end the episode, Thorn is just going to walk up to Ellie and he's going to be like, you alright?
She looks rough. She got smacked around a little bit. She goes, I'm fine. I'm always fine.
No,
She has like a split eye, fat lip. Obviously, her nose has been bleeding.
He's like,
She's scratched up where her arms, like where her armor
He's
wasn't
like-
covering her. She's
he's
like,
like,
I'm fine.
I'd give you a kiss, but I don't want to hurt your lip.
Oh, I got punched in the face.
You took a hammer.
I got punched in the face.
He's like, you're tough, but please be careful.
I've taken more.
No, you have. And he stands up and walks away. Everyone just confused.
Damn my
No,
elven
no, we're not.
ears. I hate it.
Mira can just hear
Her passive
everything.
perception's like 17.
She
So
just
she's
hears
like,
everything they're
oh,
saying.
Oh, this feels wrong.
Thor-
Oh, wait.
Thorn just looks at her, looks at Ellie, goes, if and when we get home, you're gonna get a bath, we're gonna relax, and then we're gonna make sure everyone in Weisshaupt can hear us.
Stop, no.
He gets up and walks away. He's like, right, I'll go check on everyone else. And he walks up to everyone to check on how they're doing. Most everyone's probably physically fine at this point. He's gonna walk up to Bambi, though, and he's like, your voice changed when we were fighting.
No, that doesn't sound right.
You sounded... And he's actually going to do a perception check to see if he picks up on what accent you had for a second.
Perception
for
or
it.
Insight?
Insight. Okay, let's roll insight. Ooh. Roll me deception or persuasion, whichever you feel is applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, because we just established I hear everything that's
Okay,
happening,
Yeah.
can I also roll an insight check?
yes.
I know this kid.
I
I'm
don't need to
rolling.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an 18.
18?
Deception roll.
Well, to bring it to you, Thorn got a 13 plus 6.
26.
Oh, okay.
25.
So everyone knows that you are, and he just goes, huh. So you didn't have an Antivan accent there for a second.
I'm just a guy.
Can I, because this is too fun. I think because she feels like he was being a little shitty about the fact that she touched something, she's gonna wild shape into a crow.
Go for it.
Oh!
Because that's the only thing she knows about Antiva.
Thorn is going to see that, and he's actually going to turn, and the guy who's been pretty chill for a while, he's going to look deadly seriously. He's just going to, right? He's going to pull his hammer back on his shoulder. He goes, you have 5 seconds to tell me exactly who you are before I smash your leg.
Well, okay.
And Bambi,
I was
like,
ready for
that
to be like,
smile
I
that
think that's it.
Yes.
He grabs you by the shirt, lifts you up with no effort, and he just... We are in the deep roads. Darkspawn just swarmed us. I need to know I can trust everyone in here. I don't give a fuck who you are, but you're going to tell me who you are right now, or I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to break the wall behind me.
And that smile that Bambi's had the whole time, like, very, very excited, immediately he kind of calms. And that, like, overexcited, acting more like a kid than, like, his actual age, immediately fades. And he just looks at you and he says, Narcis Cantori. But my friends do call me Bambino, so I wasn't truly lying.
Son of a fucking bitch. Andraste's tit. Are you fucking kidding me? Tethris!
I think that Mira fully just started, like, cawing. Just, like, laughing. You know how crows laugh? Like, just the raven laughing? Like, she's just laughing.
Tiny dwarf stomping just in frustration and anger.
So Thorn's holding you. He goes, "You're a crow, aren't you?"
Is she a bird?
Oh, I am a crow.
Are you a bird?
But, you know,
Right.
Varric apparently knew and still sent me here. You should be more worried about the person that already knew me.
Tethris!
Amaris?
It's like, right,
Your
well,
business is your own. That didn't last very long.
he's holding you, and he just goes, right, okay.
I thought you would have improved by now.
This charade would have gone on longer if Cass had rolled better.
Yeah.
So he goes, right, all I want to know is who you are. Now I know you're a crow. Cool. Drops you. Does not care that you're a crow. He's just like, right, as long as you're not here to assassinate any of us. And if you try, I will kill you and send your body back to Treviso.
I will not assassinate anyone down here.
Okay, I have a question.
Insight.
Why the fuck
Well, you know,
were you in
I'll let y'all insight him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question, why the fuck were you in the Inquisition?
The crow's business is our own.
That's
Son of a bitch.
another 26.
That's a 9!
Insight.
And
For inciting the, I'm not going to assassinate anyone down
Yeah,
here.
I'm not going to assassinate anyone down here.
Give me the,
26.
roll what you think the applicable modifier is.
I rolled
Cass.
a 9.
Okay.
I'm too angry. I'm too mad at Tethris. I knew
You're
that
yelling.
using him as a curse would come in handy.
Alright,
That is a 20.
so, Dia, I'll say Dia, you can,
Oh.
well, because Mara's got a 16. You already knew something was shady because you already knew Amaris. So, but with this, you, I will say you believe him up to a point at this point, as does Thorn, as do you, Ulrich. As for Mira, though,
Can I?
She got a 26. I'll let her justify, but he's clearly being very careful with how he words things.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily lying, but he's being very careful.
He's definitely entertained by his own wordplay of anyone down here could be, anyone that's currently down.
Oh. Everyone froze. Hold on. Ah, Discord. It's Discord for everybody. Sorry guys at home. We're just gonna wait it out. I'll probably edit this. I will edit this part of the episode out if it takes too long. Okay. Hey! Hey, we're back.
Hello.
Okay.
Can we do that again? Can we rewind?
Right again.
Rewind. Yeah, I didn't. Oh. Give it a minute.
Can we rewind?
Wait. Are we good?
Nobody move.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go do it again.
Rewind.
Nobody startle Discord. Everyone just move carefully and
Nobody move.
I'm sorry, my shoulders are too big. Discord hates them. They broke Discord. But anyway, last thing I heard as DM and what the audience would have heard is you saying he's just being so happy with his wordplay, and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He is very happy with his wordplay because he isn't going to assassinate anyone while we're down here. But he's definitely going to assassinate someone that is down here.
But
I think because she can sense that he's kind of full of shit. The crow flies over and sits on your shoulder. And Corvids, which I love Corvids, can speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because you said you speak Elven.
Yes.
She calls you a liar. She the crow sits in your ear, and essentially in Elven, says pretty words, and then in common, out loud, the crow says pretty words.
I know Elvish.
Yeah. So
the only person here who doesn't know Elven is Thorn, who is the person who needs to hear this. Well, so he's just gonna go right. And he just says, "If you kill anyone in this troop at any point while I'm around, you're gonna die right after. And if I'm your target, good fucking luck, little guy."
No, understood. I will not kill anyone while you're around.
Well, you just made sure that we are never going apart from each other. Right?
Oh, I did not think that you liked me so much.
I fucking hate you now, so...
The crow is pecking at your head.
Right. Ulrich. Your job's the same. Babysit the crow.
I don't know if it's more or less annoying now that he's a crow.
Now she flies over to Ulfric and then says, fucking Tethris.
Fucking Tethris!
In the Raven voice.
Yes, exactly.
She's having a great time.
He's gonna walk up to Morris and he's gonna lean on his hammer, which is taller than all of you. Morris, you knew who he was.
Yes, I thought you did too. He did not think you knew, but he's saying he thought you did too.
So, if he's here to kill anyone, who do you think it is?
Probably me, but I'm insulted he didn't do a better job, or they didn't send a better crow.
Oh, I did a good job last time we met.
No, you really didn't. It's alright, sweetheart. A dinner party's never exciting without at least one assassination attempt.
Fucking Vince. He says that as he picks up. He says, fucking Vince and fucking crows. Oh, right, and we're gonna be in Antiva when we get out of here. Well, you can kiss that fucking plan goodbye. And he just sits up. He's messes around. He moves one of the sarcophagi just with no effort in front of the door they just came in from. In front of the wall. And then he moves another one, like, slightly to, like, anywhere that, like, he thinks there's cracks in the walls. He starts investigating the blight a little, and while he's doing that, you guys can talk amongst yourselves for a minute, if anyone wants to, before we end session. I am also, by the way, loving Mira just being a crow and being like, you fucking asshole! Piece of shit! Piece of shit!
I love the fucking Tetris. That was
Fucking Tetris!
Just, you know, she's out here doing her best.
the whole time. The whole time.
Of course, the whole time. You have to admit,
Okay.
my accent was pretty good.
Okay. So, what? You infiltrated the Inquisition and how? Ingratiated yourself so you can get part of this mission, or were you trying to assassinate someone in the Inquisition?
I infiltrated easily enough, you know? It's very easy to find scouts that are just out and about, that are more than happy to help someone who sounds interested.
Dwarven curses come out of his mouth as he's just like, you occasionally hear Tetris and a few words that come before and after. You hear Tetris quite a few times in his language of Dwarvish curses.
Right. So last thing, does anyone want to have any last minute conversations before we end tonight? And then we'll start next session probably with some more conversations. Does anyone want to talk to anyone in particular before?
I want to say one thing.
Okay.
Bambi walks over to Amaris and puts like a very familiar, just like hand on his hip for a second and just leans in to say, make sure you don't die, huh?
You wouldn't last an hour in Minrathus. And he, Amaris looks at Fawn, wouldn't last 15 minutes.
Well, we just know that's not true.
Yes.
And that's a wrap.
No, last thing we're going to say is, like, Thorn stands up, just, like, walks over to, that's what we're going to say, and he goes, by the way, if you run out of Dwarven curses, just call him a Vashadan fucking bitch. This is a good one in Q-Lot for you.
I'd like you to know that the crow has been not talking to anyone, but repeating every single curse that she is learning.
So just, Vashadan!
Like a toddler.
Vashadan!
Yeah, like a toddler. Just
Oh my goodness.
learning a bunch of curses.
I love it.
Alright. I want to teach the crow how to say daggum.
There you go.
Daggum.
And she just says it.
Yeah, it just says it immediately.
This is
Yeah.
a crow with,
And-
with you. Like,
It's a
elven
crow with
intelligence.
an elven intelligence. Yeah.
Bambi
Alright.
just starts saying,
Umbrella is
mierda,
So,
mierda, mierda,
don't give him the satisfaction.
mierda.
No.
You know you want to.
She fully does not. She sits there and just says Dirtharima, which is used as a curse in Elven that says, may you learn.
Oh. Please say, may the Dread Wolf take you.
I love it.
I will.
Nah, Bambi'd like it. So,
Yeah.
as we and you guys are beginning to either examine these weird things in the room or progress further into the dungeon, next session we will do one or both of those. Thanks for watching, everyone at home. I have been Cole Wolfram. These have been my lovely players who will be joining us for the rest of this campaign. Like the video if you enjoyed this first session of our Dragon Age campaign. It's not going to be a crazy long one. It's not going to be a short one either. We're going to be going for a bit. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching.